Okay. Hi. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully everybody is doing well and feeling well and here ready for Tuesday. Dragoon, Cage, Sorcerer, Marcos, Flash Monkey, Ronan, Carlos, what's going on? I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. I hope everything is okay and you're coming off of a good weekend and moving forward into a good week. I hope everybody's doing all right. Hop into stream at 16 seconds live. A sign. Yeah, we're gonna jump in, and I'm gonna I'm gonna test something out here, and I apologize if if it ends up being a bit obnoxious, but I am gonna whatever we do have to talk about, I'm gonna try and blast through it, so that we can get into 16 a little bit more. Not to get hyper into it, I saw you guys talking about this, so we can play 16. Adufa vindicated that in their financial report where they can't lie. Square has said 16 and 7 Rebirth, while not failures, did fail to meet expectations, which is something I've been asking since they stopped talking about them. I mean, to address that really quickly, because I did see you guys talking about it, going back and forth with it. The problem with that story is that we don't know what their expectations were. They might have expected, 5 million units and they sold 1 million unit, right? I obviously it did better than that. To just say that it failed expectations, I will agree that a lot of people take that as it failed, and that doesn't particularly mean the same thing. A lot of that has to do with what their expectations were. Where when you look at something, we had this problem with Tomb Raider, where they said that it failed to meet expectations, and I forget what it sold. It sold like a really, really good amount, but they said it failed to meet expectations. So the problem when you have that report, when you have something that says 16 and 7 Rebirth failed to meet expectations, the question, the problem you want to figure out is, were the sales low or were the expectations too high? And I feel like we're missing a crucial piece of evidence there. We're missing what they're, were they expecting it to sell 20 million copies each? In which case it sells 8 million and they call it a failure. If you were expecting something to do 20 million and it sold 8 million, you would technically call that a failure. But the average consumer would say, wow, 8 million copies, that's great. So that's the only thing I really have to say about that, is that I feel like there's a crucial piece of information missing for us to say one way or another how well or not well the game did. It's a shame. The one thing that does concern me is that them saying that it failed to meet expectations makes it sound like a lot of the decision making that they were doing, 20 something games in 4 years, a lot of that was based on the fact that they were looking at those 2 games to carry them. They were looking at, this is just what it feels like to me. They were looking at the upcoming 16 sales and the upcoming 7 Rebirth sales and the continued engagement in Final Fantasy XIV to carry them through a series of excessive decisions. And I think it's biting them in the ass that it didn't. They were expecting a lot more because they needed a lot more, and they were banking on a lot more for some of the choices they made. And the reality is, they were bad choices. Hey, Sean. Hey, GM, what's going on? The High Wario, okay, Sorcerer. Lilac, what's going on? When they said that it was reported to have 3.4 million sales. Yeah, so 3.4 million sales, I mean, that's not bad. Most companies would say that that's really good for their game to sell. But if they were expecting 10 million, that's where the problem is. And if they were making business decisions based on 10 million sales, that's where the problem is. So that's the big concern, and that's what I think. But we don't know what their actual sales numbers were. Oh, that was this in the first 4 weeks. But we don't know what their actual sales numbers were. So, or not with this. Well, we don't know what their sales numbers were at the time, but we don't know what their expectations were. And that's why I say that there isn't really much to... It's fascinating because I do think that there is an interesting discussion there to have about the decision. Lilac, were you the one? You were the one, I think, that posted something. Oh, it's at 14.5 million. So I mean, at 14.5 million, if they were expecting 20 million, they would call that a failure, or rather, they would say it failed to meet expectations. So that's my point, is that we don't really. I think 14 million is great. I think that's fantastic. Whoa. Levidius rating with a party of 37. Welcome everybody from Levidius's stream. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. I have arrived and brought friends. Thank you so much, Shadow. Thank you for having your community, sending your community over here to hang out with us. I very much appreciate it. I hope you're doing all right. What were you? And thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that as well. What were you guys doing? What were you? What were you saying? What were you playing? What were you talking about? We're in just chatting right now, so I don't know what you were playing over there. Shout out to Shadow for the raid suggestions. Yeah, I appreciate that. Shout out to Shadow977. Thank you so much, Shadow. GT7. Ooh, GT7. I haven't played in a while. I let my PlayStation Plus lapse. So I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore. So Sony says that I'm not allowed to play with friends. But I hope everybody's doing okay. We were just getting ready to get started here talking about some stuff. I was going to try and jump into Final Fantasy 16 quicker than usual today. But, now we got people here. We want to talk. Sag, yeah, I know. I was like, at the time, the only game I was playing on PS5 multiplayer was Fortnite. And I was like, yeah, that works fine. So I'll just keep doing that. And, now I'm like, I think I paid for a month because there was something that I wanted to get, or there was some game that I wanted to play. And then I was like, I don't miss it. I think all of the PS Plus, what is it? The Essentials tier. I think all of the games are not really interesting, so I was like, I'm not really losing anything, but every once in a while I'll probably jump back on, and for what is it, $80 now a year? Yikes. Give me my sad Nintendo and their moderately bad online for $20 a year. I get what I pay for with that one. But thank you once again for stopping and hanging out. But 14 million for 2013, almost 12 for Rise, almost 9 for Shadow. Oh, for Tomb Raider. Might have been a positive outcome then. Yeah, but that's sort of my issue, is that this whole idea about, it didn't meet expectations. The problem is we don't know what the expectations were. They might have been expecting something excessive. And so they would say it failed. And again, because they're not calling them failures, they're saying that they failed to meet expectations. But my concern was the amount of stuff that we talk the other day, and we talk all the time about your games like Various Day Life and Harvestella, where these games that just got pumped out as fast as they possibly could. And Lilac, I asked you this a second ago. Was it you that posted a report on Discord about all of the games that have been put out in the last 4 years? Everything that Square Enix has put out in the last 4 years, and it was something in the 4-year span. It was like 20 games or something. Or like 24 games. It's like, that's a problem. I mean, that's where the issue is. It's the money that went into some of these games, and some of them are great games. But how many? Yeah, it had a budget. How many Harvestellas and Deal Field Chronicles and Various Day Lives and Babylon's Fall, which I completely forgot was them. Like, how many of those experiences can you cram into a 4-year span, have them do just kind of okay, and then not report a loss? Some of those were ridiculous. 47 games since from the span of 2020 to now. How many of those games, what's the budget on all of those games combined, considering that something like Babylon's Fall was a continued game? You needed continued support for that game. So that's the problem. That's the issue. And I wonder if all of those decisions were based on the fact that 14 prints money, 16 was probably going to sell a bajillion copies because there was so much hype about it, right? It's a return to Final Fantasy. So it was a big hype about it. And then Rebirth obviously was, off of the strength of Remake, they were probably banking on a lot. And that's the problem. So the whole thing about, it didn't meet expectations, like, yeah, but what were your expectations? How much of this side of your company were you expecting these 3 games to hold up? So I think that that's where it is. And that's why I say that there's the idea about, it's a failed game. It didn't meet expectations. A lot of that is reliant on what their expectations were and what they were expecting those expectations to do, if that makes any sense. And don't forget, Greedy Sony holding 6 of them hostage while also putting 4 of those 6 on PC. And I know that that's what they were looking at. I know that they were looking at that and saying, yeah, if we were able to put 16 and Rebirth on PC immediately, and maybe even Xbox to an extent, they probably think they would have done a lot better. I mean, and the thing is, some of those games were, again, the lower tier stuff was lower tier stuff. Field Chronicle, Harvestella. I don't know about Various Daylife. I think Various Daylife was PC and PS 4 or 5. But yeah, a lot of that stuff was sort of held back. It was all over the place in order to engage in that company. You had Chocobo GP, which was a failure across the board, which was their own fault. I was fully ready to engage in Chocobo GP, and then they shot themselves in the foot multiple times with that game. That's the problem, is that you had all of this stuff. They were spread so thin. 47 games over 4 years. What did you think was going to happen? Even if they were, and again, this goes back to the discussion that we've always had, which came up with Sony. Sony made a comment about how they're focusing more on game time played instead of like units sold or something, which is what we've been saying for years, that gamers have a finite amount of time and companies are fighting for that time. More than anything, more than any other time, companies are fighting for your time. If you look at 47 games in 4 years, even if those games were all bangers, even if they were all 90 and above on Metacritic, even if they were all games that everybody wants to play, there was not going to be enough time to play them all. So a lot of games were going to get left in the dust. And sure, all right, backlog. But how big is everybody's backlog at this point? How often do you go through your backlog and realize I'm not going to play some of these games? For a Rebirth, for a 7 Rebirth to get played, a Babylon's Fall has to get left behind. It's just going to keep happening. For you to find time to play Triangle Strategy, you're going to have to not play Field Chronicle. It's just going to happen. That was always going to be the case. Chocobo Dungeon streams when? If I ever get it. I always wanted to play that game. I never got to play it on PlayStation, so I always wanted to play that game. Something I mentioned before. Oh, hold on, let me go back up. Flash, you were saying something earlier. Hang on. Hang on. Earwax corrupt. You guys come back later. Okay, Flash. If you're still here, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I go on my little rants and then I forget. For Square, it's expectations and budget. There's no numbers for Tomb Raider Definitive. Maybe they combine numbers. Yeah, Tomb Raider Definitive's kind of weird, but they also said Foam Stars was below expectations, and no one's going. Well, we didn't know what those. The problem. You know what the problem was, Dragoon? Because you're right, we also didn't know. First of all, Foam Stars is kind of a skewed issue because Foam Stars was a live service game. Foam Stars is not the numbers relating to Foam Stars. The relevant numbers to Foam Stars are not units sold. It's money generated over time. So even if people engaged in Foam Stars like crazy the first month, the reality was it would drop off, it would level off, and the question was going to be where that levels off at some point. The other issue with Foam Stars, can we be honest here? Can we all lay it on the table here? The other issue with Foam Stars was nobody was expecting that game to succeed. 16 was an expected success. 7 Rebirth was an expected success. Foam Stars was we would have been surprised if people were talking about that game. So that's a weird, you're right. No one was really asking about sales numbers for Foam Stars, but you can't really have sales numbers for Foam Stars. It's not relevant. It's not a relevant issue, especially since that game also came out for free. something I mentioned before, the point comes a point where they release so many games, more than we even notice. Yeah, and the ones we notice did have sales issues and lack of marketing. At what point are wins still capable of carrying those losses that are being too many? For so many factors, it was just too much. It was just too much. Oh yeah, Triangle Strategy is fantastic. And while you're playing Triangle Strategy, you're not playing DLField Chronicles. You're not going back and playing Live Alive, which came out years ago, and a lot of people, myself included, still haven't gotten to it. While you're playing Octopath Traveler 2, you're not playing Harvestella. You're not playing Babylon's Fall. And I can't even think of a lot of the games that I'm missing here. Same with Foamstars. It was a two-side failure. First, there was this stuck on PS Plus, banking that people getting to play it free first would help spread word of mouth. And that plan ultimately is what put the biggest nail in the coffin. The other side was just the game itself. While the gameplay is fun, everything else around the game was just a problem. From lackluster story mode, only a very few characters and arenas, overly expensive cosmetics, new characters, locked to premium battle pass. Yeah, that game was rife with problems. That game was rife with problems. So nobody was expecting that. I'm sorry. I know that there's probably one person out there, there's some people out there that said Foamstars is going to be the next big thing. But for every one of those people, there was probably 10,000 people that said, yeah, this is not going to go well. I think Chocobo Dungeons are like Pokemon Mystery Dungeons. I do have a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Guess who's going to the Cubs Brave tonight? Woohoo! Ryan, I hope it's you. Wait, Ryan, I got all excited and you didn't actually say it was you. My point of relevance is they said it in the same discussion. Games like Final Fantasy 7, 16, and Foamstars all failed to meet expectations. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Tomb Raider thing is often used as a red herring of unrealistic goals, but the factor always left behind is that because the game costs so much, companies saying it was below expectations should be a noticeable thing. Yeah, but again, the problem is also that you don't know what those expectations were, and you don't know if below expectations was because it was too high or because the sales were too low, or because the revenue was too low. Let's say Foamstars meets expectations on engagement. Right? Let's say 60 million people download Foamstars day one and they play it and they love it. And they say, oh my God, Foamstars is the greatest game ever. And they don't ever put a dime into the game. Is that a failure or a success? 60 million people download the game and they play the game in the first week or the first month and nobody pays any money into it. Everybody gets it through PS Plus where it's for free and nobody engages with any of the microtransactions. Is it a failure or is it a success? It's a failure when that happens. That's why I say Foamstars is kind of a moot point to talk about it at this moment, because you don't know what the expectations were. The expectations for a game like that were probably based more on revenue going forward long term, not initial engagement, because it was a free to play game for a lot of people anyway. Sort of free to play, not really free to play, just like it was on PS Plus. Side expectations, at least for 16, looking at 15 sales. Seeing just how much lower they were compared to previous Final Fantasy games. Another fail, it just dropped off hard. And again, a lot of that's just going to be based on time. It's just, like we've said, we keep saying it's about time. It's all about time management and whether or not people just have the time to play those games. I know people that are hardcore into Final Fantasy and still haven't gotten around to 16. And it's not because the game sucks. It's because there's just too much other stuff to do. There's so much other things. There's so many other things going on, and that's kind of screwing everybody up. Again, I go back to the PlayStation story. I forget where that was. You guys linked it to me somewhere. But it's or it was in one of the chats. It might have been in Stream Topics. Let me see. Was it in Stream Topics? Sony, is this, here we go. Sony says PlayStation's focus has shifted from game sales to actual playtime. Wants to improve profits via player investment into the PlayStation ecosystem. That's every company. That's all of them. Well, that's them and Microsoft and probably PC stores. Nintendo, I think, is still selling comparatively bite-sized experiences, right? You still get your Princess Peach Showtimes, and you're getting Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. You're not; these aren't right. Nintendo's live service games are. You can't even really say Splatoon because the only way that's a live service game is that they sold DLC for it, which doesn't count. Mario Kart's the same thing. They're still asking for your time. They're just not charging you for it. You know, Tears of the Kingdom, people put hundreds of hours into that game, and that was a $70 game. Mario Kart, if you bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and you bought the DLC, that's 96 courses. People love playing that game. It's one of the highest selling video games ever, and they're not monetizing your time. The other companies, that's what they're doing. And it's because they know that that's what matters. If they're gonna pay for these overinflated budgets on some of these games, if they're gonna figure out a way to pay for $200 million Spider-Man games, it's because they need to make sure that every minute that you're playing a game, first of all, that it's a PlayStation game, and second off, there's a chance you're gonna spend money on it. This is why all this microtransaction stuff happened. This is why the live service push happened. It's because the industry was going to start looking like this. And now they're struggling. And now that's what you see is you see them struggling. And maybe I'm being excessive when I say that, but that's what I see. I see them struggling. I see them saying, I see them looking at their financials and saying, we can't go on like this for the next 10 years. It's just not going to work. So they need to figure out something. So they're all desperate. They're all trying to figure out some way to make it work without changing. Without fundamentally changing how they do things. And the way you fundamentally change things is you stop putting out as much as you possibly can. If you want to have one or two live service experiences, you focus on that, and that's it. And you start reducing some of these budgets on some of these games, and you start to focus on making the games enjoyable. You stop focusing on time. Start focusing on 100-hour experiences. I feel like 100 hours is a pretty good metric for where people want to end up on a game. I think anything over that, and people start to question whether or not they want to engage in it. And again, talking out of my ass, but it does kind of feel that way. It does kind of feel like people are like, that's, you know, if I sold you this game and I told you it takes 500 hours to 1,000 hours to get the most out of it, you would question whether or not you want to play it. If I told you this was a 50 to 100 hour experience, you would say, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So he said that reporting a few years ago, numbers are so good, we're going to stop reporting them. Not going to lie, that concerns me because time playing leads to padding the game for player retention. Ask Ubisoft. Yeah. That's one way that they do it is that they add, they pad it. And they put a bunch of stuff there that doesn't need to be there. Square, how about you remake your classics without going overboard on the graphics? And I don't know. I think there are classics, I think there are classics that they could remake, and they could get some good engagement out of it without going excessive, without going ridiculous. To be fair, they asked for that concern. Yeah, they asked for that concern. Like I said, for over a decade, we've been hearing underperformed, didn't meet expectations, can't afford to keep the studio. It needs to sell 10 million to break even. Like, at least say something positive to keep the faith. Their extreme development cycle seems to have started cannibalizing their profits. And not just their profits, their companies. Their companies, because when it starts, if it cannibalized their profits, they would keep running as is. They would just say we're making less money. But they're making less money. They don't want to make less money. So now they're cannibalizing the companies. This is why you see, you know, they're selling this company and that company, and they're breaking up this division and that division. And they're laying off this many people from this many divisions, and they're restructuring, right? Restructuring is going to be the buzzword going forward for a little bit. That's why it's happening. It's because profits can't sustain the version of the industry that they've created. And they're all trying to do different things, except Nintendo. Nintendo is the one sitting there going, yeah, we know. This is why. The only thing I wish Nintendo would do is invest in a stronger internet infrastructure so that the multiplayer games work better, which, again, they don't really work terribly. I've had more problems playing something like Call of Duty than I ever had playing Smash Bros. But that would be nice. But beyond that, Nintendo has stayed the course. Nintendo is making relatively decent-sized experiences. They're making the smaller experiences fun. I'm curious to see if going forward they do start to put out more $40 games. You know, I forget if Princess Peach Showtime was a $60 game, but you did have stuff like Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. I think that's one of the big things about Link's Awakening, where people were saying that should have been a $40 game. I was right there. I agreed. I feel like that should have been a $40 game and not because they don't deserve the money or because, oh, well, it's just a remake, so why not? I think it's because one of the things that Nintendo does really well is they create a market that people want to engage in. And at $40, I think you would have had a lot of people that said, yeah, I want to buy that. I think there's people that avoided Link's Awakening in the beginning because they didn't want to pay $60 for it. Struggle emoji point is they're finally saying the thing. I mean, others have been saying, I've been told, no, the game's absolutely met expectations. Square said no. And anyone saying otherwise is lying. Only for them to come on now and finally say, again, because they can't lie to investors. Yeah, they didn't meet expectations. It's a failure, and that's my point. We make what were those expectations when the answer is higher than what we did for sure. Yeah, but I am kind of curious. I don't think that's an invalid question to ask. I don't think that's an invalid question to ask, and I'm not asking it because I want to validate 16 and Rebirth sales. Quite frankly, to be completely honest, I don't really care. If they sold 1 million units or 10 million units, I don't really care, or 100 million units. It's an interesting thing to talk about, but the reality is I enjoyed the games for what they were. I'm having fun with them. That's all I really care about. Just like when I eventually get around to Dealfield Chronicles, because I really did like that demo, when I eventually get around to that game, I'm not going to care that it sold X amount of copies or less than 1 million or whatever Dealfield Chronicles sold. I don't care. It's a fun game. That's all I care about. And I think that's what the companies need to realize, is that that's all we really care about. We just want to play fun games. We don't care. We don't care that you put out 47 games in 4 years. We just want the games that we do play to be fun. But you know how you make those games fun? You focus on their development. You develop them in a way that is fun. You develop them in a way that's sustainable. And you don't put out 47 games in 4 years. That to me, the fact that I haven't seen anybody talking about that particular fact is amazing to me. That I feel like that's the whole problem with Square Enix. I feel like everything you can argue about, everything, the expectations, the sales numbers, the profit, the lack of profit, the high cost of operation, I feel like all of that gets traced back to 47 games in 4 years. It's amazing that I feel like nobody's saying that. For instance, that could be basic media sensationalists not covering that much. But I don't think Square ever backed down on their Tomb Raider statement once it reached 14 million. For all we know, they saw it as beneath expectations. Yeah, because they were expecting 20 million. Did Rebirth sell over 2 million? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. I wonder if Nintendo will. It says hang on. Oh, I remember a report from SCE president saying 16 hit targets, doing well but failed to meet higher expectations, which basically sounds to me like they intended 16 Rebirth to offset the money that was wasted on other stuff. And that's why I say that has value. That the answer to that statement has value. It does mean something. You know, again, selling 15 million copies of a game is not a failure. But if you were expecting 20 and you were operating your company as if you were going to get 20, that is failed to meet expectations. And then that creates a problem. Yeah, AGM, bitten off more than they can chew. That's the perfect thing there. That's the perfect thing there. The 3 million sales on opening weekend for 16. It's impossible to find anything on sales records other than people arguing on the internet. SC going back and forth. Yeah, I don't know. Who also make NFT games? No one cares. Yeah, their whole investment in the NFTs, like it's insane. It's insane how much money they spent on all of this stuff. And again, like I said, 47 games. If they were all 90s and pluses on Metacritic and everybody wanted to play all of those games, there still wouldn't be enough time. Not unless you play video games 20 hours a day and you only play Square Enix games, because some of those games are meant to exist for a long period of time. Stuff like Foam Stars and Babylon's Fall were not meant to be 100-hour experiences. They were meant for you to keep playing and engaging in it over a long period of time. Chocobo GP, they were treated like live service games. So you were not going to beat those games and then move on. The expectation was that you keep playing them. Yeah, we don't know. Square hasn't revealed their rebirth numbers. Cloud FF16 that on release, it was meeting expectations, but then lost momentum and fell behind them. You know why? Because that's what's carrying games now, is the initial momentum. The game comes out, you've got hype, you want to play it, all your friends are playing it, you want to play the game, everybody wants to engage in it, you buy the game. 6 months goes by, other games take that place. This is where we are in gaming right now. There is just so much coming out so fast, your backlog doesn't exist anymore. You put a game on your backlog, it's there for about 6 months. After, I would probably say 6 months to a year. After 6 months to a year, if you haven't played that game by now, that game is going to get lost in the shuffle. And you'll be lucky if you ever come back to it. And I know we all have them. I know we've all got our Crisis Cores sitting there. Or you guys probably play Crisis Core, but you see what I'm saying. We've all got Luther023. Thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciate that. We've all got games that we genuinely want to play and wanted to play, but that was 6 months to a year ago, and now they're sitting on the shelf, probably still in the plastic if you're like me, and you're not making a move towards them. Why? Because when you go to make a move towards them, there's that other game that came out 2 weeks ago, and you're going to play that, and Paper Mario is coming up, and they're going to release 16 on PC, and Lego Horizon Zero Dawn is coming out, and it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. Not to mention, again, this is all assuming that you play video games for 20 hours a day. 20 hours a day means you're filthy rich, unemployed, or can clone yourself like Naruto. But you also have a life to live. You also have to go to work. You also have to sleep. You have family. You have friends. You have other hobbies. If you don't have family and friends, you have other hobbies. You have other things that you're doing with your life. You just don't have the time. We just don't have the time anymore. We don't, which is exactly why Sony said that. We're prioritizing time investment. You don't know me. They're prioritizing time investment. And they're right. They're right. That's all you're fighting for. But here's the trick. Here's the trick that Sony is probably figuring out, and which is probably why they said this, and Microsoft hasn't figured out, and Square Enix definitely hasn't figured out. If you want people to engage in your games for a longer period of time, make fewer games that are better. And that's it. Look how many of you have games on your backlog, but you've been through Persona 5 4 times. Or Fire Emblem. right? You got games sitting on your backlog that you genuinely want to play. Oh, but wait, there's 4 different routes in Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Gotta go through all of those. You know why? Because those games are more fun than the games sitting on your shelf, ready to be played. Those games have commanded your time more than any others. And I'd be guilty of the same thing. If I wasn't actively refusing to do that, I'd be guilty of the same thing. Triangle strategy, I ended it and I got sort of the bad ending. Not the bad ending, but like not the best ending in the game. So I'm going to go through it again at some point and I'm going to get the better ending. Xenoblade Chronicles, I have the DLC that I haven't gone through yet for the first game. And then there are 2 other games after that. I'd be guilty of the same exact thing. For me, Paper Mario System Shock remake coming out next week. 4 times too low, 10 times for Persona 5. I don't usually replay games unless it's a new game plus. Gold, neither do I usually, but if there's DLC, for instance, I might play the DLC. If there is a new game plus, maybe I would go through it again for some reason. I went through Armored Core 3 times in a row because I wanted to get the best ending for that game. So look at how much time, and that game has like a new game plus. You can start over with all of your stuff, so that's pretty good. Irfan Jav, hello. Had to read your name slowly first just to make sure it wasn't anything weird. Hogwarts Legacy was nice. Then I got distracted by Diablo 4, which I have Diablo 4, but apparently I'm not able to play it without people jumping into my game. So we'll see what happens with that. But if Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was by Square Enix, they'd say it somehow failed to meet expectations at 50 million units. Hi, Trios. Keep saying expectations, limited time things. Again, Nintendo, whose sales reflect that, hasn't affected or hurt them. Because they're doing it better than everybody else. Because Nintendo's doing it better than everybody else. Nintendo is we said this earlier. Nintendo's focusing on the same thing that they've always been focusing on, which is fun, engaging games. Fun, not bite-sized, but comparatively bite-sized experiences. You know, when everybody's trying to make a 1,000-hour game and Nintendo's out here making 30 to 100-hour games, Nintendo is comparatively making bite-sized experiences. And you know what? People like it. They prefer that. It's more interesting. It's more interesting because not only do you get to cram more experiences into your limited amount of time, but you get to engage in the experiences, decide which ones you like, and then decide if you want to go back and play them again. It's cool to shout out my Sema. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm getting all achievements, 100%ing a game that requires more playthrough. I do play through games multiple times too. And gold, every minute that you're spending playing that game again, you're not playing a new game. There's a new game that's not being played. There's a game on your backlog that's not getting touched. And as that goes on, months go by, year maybe, and then you realize I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to get back to it. Maybe, right? Maybe something comes up and maybe you say, oh my God, yeah, I'm going to go back and play that game. I played Data War 3 times on different difficulty, probably a 4th time once I get a hankering for it on my PC. My biggest issue is that a company hiding its numbers like Square is doing with 16 and 7 Rebirth, which they still haven't said how it's sold at all, and then saying below expectations. And again, and Dragoon, that goes back to the beginning of the discussion, which is saying it doesn't meet expectations. All that means is that they were banking on it doing better than it did, but we don't know what that means. We don't know if it's because the game didn't sell very well or it is because their expectations were excessive. That's all I was saying about that, is that we just don't know what that means. The latest modern game I played to completion was Mario Wonder. Okay, so you stick with relatively with the backlog, right? Or are you playing, or do you mean that you're playing just old stuff over and over again? All we do know is that game sales were up. It was operational income that was down, as was mobile game revenue, which they recently did close 3 mobile games in the last year. MMO subs are down. 14 is in downtime, and 11 has been steady but low for a while, which it kind of amazes me that 11 is still alive. I really didn't even think that 11 was still alive. Slowly working through my backlog just because I have 11,046 hours in 14 and keep falling back into fishing instead of playing those games. And that's exactly my point. Especially from that's more relevant than anything, Lilac, because it's Square Enix that we're talking about. Square Enix is the one providing you with the game that is causing you to avoid the other 46 games. Right? Square Enix puts out 47 games and you're playing one of them and you're missing the other ones. I know 14 doesn't technically count in the 47, but you see my point there. It's like, it's ironic that you are missing time playing all these other games because of the game that they made. They won't tell us. We can use previous evidence. And that is, if that sold well, they'd have bragged about it, which Square has always done and did with 16 until it fell behind. But now find. So games, I don't think they failed. I like them as good games, but I do feel vindicated. All I know is that when a company in question is admitting problems and that they have to address them with new direction in development, it's not haters gonna hate mentality. This is real, and we're right on paying attention. Yeah, we're right on paying attention. We're if for anything, it's interesting. I say this all the time. It's just interesting. It's fascinating to see what happens. 11 is Doomsday from DC. You can't kill it. That only makes it stronger. Maybe I wouldn't be avoiding Square Enix games if they release more Dragon Quest. Hey! Elements, 10 Elements, rating with a party of 6. Hello, Elements. How are you doing? I hope you were playing. Look, Elements always plays retro style games. Elements is also not paying attention to Square Enix's 47 games in 4 years. Still fully Square Enix operational. There are fan servers and other stuff, but the official 11 servers are going. Oh, okay. How goes 16? Slow going. We're gonna jump into it in a second here. It's slow going because it's me and I always talk and ramble and I don't play the game as much as I should. But it's very good. I ignoring any discourse about is it a Final Fantasy? Is it not? Is it blah blah blah? Turn-based, action-based. I don't care. It's a good game. It's story-wise, it's very interesting. The action is super interesting. It's just overall, I am very much enjoying 16. To the point where I think I put myself on the line a few times by saying this, but I honestly think that if you like these kinds of games and you don't like 16, I feel like it's nostalgia bias. And I know that that's wrong. I know that that's not really fair to say because you have your rights to your opinions and you can just not like something for not liking something. It's just, I like this game so much. It's hard for me to imagine liking this kind of game and not liking this game. Like the idea that you would say, I like action-based, cinematic, action-adventure games with intricate stories and sort of grim world, right? You know what I mean? Like, it would be weird to say that you like this kind of game and then say, but 16 isn't hitting it for me. And it's like, I don't understand why. Actually, I do understand why. It's because right in the middle of a Titan fight, they put a rap song. That's what it is. Oh no, Lilac. I was Lilac. To be fair, I was giving myself less than an hour, and I do have this system turned on, and we are getting into the game in a second. Sony PlayStation numbers came out and they are fine, not amazing, not bad, but fine. Counter by the company planning to restructure to address issues, and the issue is probably time. It's time. It's again, sales numbers are high, time played is low. Considering the stream is 45 minutes so far. Yeah, you could also, but that's what I mean, Dragoon. If you like that kind of game, if you like turn-based games and you play Final Fantasy 16, you're not gonna like it. But if you like action-based games with good stories and stuff, and you know what I mean, graphically are very nice, and you play 16 and you don't like it, it's hard for me to understand that. It's really hard for me to understand what's missing without you saying, well, it wasn't what I expected out of a Final Fantasy game or something. Then I'm kind of like, that's, but that's not really fair. That's not fair to Right? Aren't we supposed to judge things on their own? I didn't look at the stream time. I looked at the clock and removed a few minutes from the hour from starting soon. Watch as I play Tears of the Kingdom today. It's been a year since I dropped it. Most of the time I do. Yeah, I know most of the time you do retro. I know, assuming Elements, you're still here. I know most of the time you do retro. You were doing for a while. You were doing like PC stuff, like retro PC stuff. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom, I think, is fantastic. But I understand why people weren't. I understand why the people who weren't a fan of Tears of the Kingdom weren't a fan of it. But for me, it was just that was such a great game. I can't wait for the Switch 2, where Tears of the Kingdom runs a little bit better. Back to game. Right? Back to game? Yeah. Who are we fighting again today? Donbei Noodles. We fought the horse yesterday, right? Slipnir, the guy. Well, it was a guy, but he was a horse. But he's a guy. I love Tears. Oh, I just burnt out on it. I got food. I hope 16 goes well. Later Elements, have a good one. Thank you for stopping in. It's been a while since I talked to you. And Trios, I apologize. You're probably headed out. Oh yeah, Trios. Damn it, I forgot you were here. I thought you would have left the second I mentioned turning the game on. I thought you would have left. No, it's more complicated than you think. It's a bit more complicated than you think. Here, I can switch over to this. People looked into the number. They found that if you don't count Helldivers 2, those numbers were not good, which may be why Sony was so swift to change direction. Yeah, Helldivers is important to them. I think Helldivers is probably very relevant to what they're planning going forward, which is to have more player engagement, last longer. Played Breath of the Wild with the Zelda Ballad mod, and it was so good. We didn't do a ton. One dungeon, beat a boss, and yesterday was. I mean, yesterday we were also kind of short. We talked for a little bit longer than usual yesterday. So, actually, you know what? I switched to the game, and I'm gonna switch back to BRB because I'm gonna go to the restroom. I'm going to probably reload my coffee, and then when we come back, we will get back into Final Fantasy 16. do that. Change that. Nope. Final Fantasy. There we go. Okay. Details. Who needs them? All right. We're back. We're back into the world of Final Fantasy. No, wait. Different game. Oh, Mr. L. I don't think Mr. L's here. Oh. He's doing a thing.
Like it's from Sid's old diary. But you'll already have read it.
No, not yet. Not yet, Latimer. Kind of waiting on that one myself. I mentioned something yesterday. I made a quick mention of something, and it kind of made me sad. And I think I think I'm a little worried about Jill.
What do we have here?
Hey, CJ. I quit my job for health reasons, so now I'm unemployed.
Something tells me Mid won't be needing these.
Congratulations. I'm going to say congratulations. I know people are going to say tough luck. I know people are going to say that, what are you going to do? And they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. I'm going to say congratulations. You prioritized your mental health, which I think not enough people do. And you have opened up the door to a better path for your future. Let me say that.
I remember seeing this doll in Sid's cellar. I wonder if it was Mid's.
Saturday at 3 p.m. Hey, we got a decent amount of playtime. Health is wealth.
What's this tucked inside it?
Oh, is this what I'm looking for? Mead-a-doll. I know you like riddles, so I reckon you'll appreciate this one. Of all my inventions, this one's the best, and so when choosing its place of rest, I recalled your opus, daughter dearest, and now it sleeps there in the first. That last part didn't rhyme. Have good luck with that last. Wait, I'm going to have to work on that last rhyme. Ah, yeah. Yeah, you can't do anything. You can't do anything in life without good mental health.
Sid's best invention.
Oh, did you see that the guy that did OG Sid's voice is going to be Galactus?
What would that be? Perhaps Otto might know.
Maybe I should just follow the quest marker. Oh, and for physical health reasons. Hey, it's still the same thing. I think it's still the same thing that people don't prioritize their health enough. So I'm glad you did that. Hi, Otto.
Well, did you find anything? Possibly. You wouldn't happen to know what Mid's first
As soon as this is correct me if I'm wrong.
Opus.
Don't they need her power? I'm pretty sure they can't afford to kill her.
Unless you mean the orchestrion. She couldn't have been more than, what, 11, 12 when she cobbled that thing together? It surprised us all. Not least her dad. You should have seen how proud he was of the little scamp. What's that battered old box have to do with anything?
I think Sid may have hidden something inside it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Those two and their bloody treasure hunts. Half the things in the hideaway were hidden one time or another.
I mean, it's called the Hideaway, so, you know, seems obvious.
Was an army of Akashic. What will happen to Mid and the others?
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about what happened with Jill, and like we don't know yet, and it did kind of worry me. I was like, uh-oh. But then it made me think about something else. Like, even if I'm wrong, it made me think about something else. I'm like, but I don't know if I want to say it. Like, don't anybody... Here, I'll say it, but don't anybody react to it, all right?
What didn't you
Oh, wait, hold on.
Nothing. We didn't break nothing. We definitely didn't break the orchestrion.
What's wrong with it?
It's broken. Except when it isn't.
My hideaway is my game room.
See?
And you had nothing to do with this?
Nope. Nothing. We just wanted to listen to all the songs at once. So we pressed all the buttons. Like this.
Okay. Orchestrin is jukebox. Ah, wait. So there's like a code I'm going to have to press. All right. So it was like mid's opus.
All too well. All right, out of the way.
Let me figure out the code here. So let's see. Is it like a code, or is it just gonna give me the item? Is he gonna Fonz it and bop it with his fist or something? Oh, that's all? Okay. That's boring.
One of the gears.
Did you break it? Can you fix
I
it?
didn't break it. It was like that when I found it.
No, I mean, yeah, yes. There. How about now?
You fixed it.
Did I discuss PlayStation fans losing their mind over Square's betrayal? No. I didn't see any. I didn't see that as a story.
Yeah. New music.
But I mean, that doesn't sound surprising at all.
Never heard this one before.
They started playing when I removed this. Whatever it is.
This part seems important.
Well, don't look at me. I can tell you it's
My
important.
uncle is blind and runs his mouth. Just because he asks a question don't answer unless the game's already mentioned it or it's not something he answered. Well, this isn't a question. This is just a thought about what might happen, and I'm kind of concerned.
Stuff ships are made of.
Hold on, I just want to get the story out first.
Indeed. Let's see if we can make some dreams come true.
PS fans see the dedication to more major games going third party as a betrayal of Sony, which is hysterical because if Square Enix, if Square was with anybody, it was Nintendo. A lot of people still associate them with Nintendo sometimes, especially for the older stuff. So that's kind of funny, but you know, I think to me, anybody fighting about some sort of weird Square betrayal is the same as anybody who says games should only be on PC or blah blah blah.
Prince just left.
There would be a positive report about my
Unless
choice
you've
to put
another
my health
word
over
for
my now
stood up
former
and
job.
walked off. Yes, left. He did have the decency to leave a message with Obelisk before commandeering one of his dinghies. Should we go after
Ooh.
him?
No,
She could commandeer my
Let the princess
dinghy.
keep
What? What?
he's free to do as he sees fit.
I'd rather he did
Oh wait,
so
she's
instead.
she's an older character, right? I'm not. I don't want to.
Much
I don't
like
want to drake
yours, I
myself out
suspect.
here.
Otto told me what happened in Canver. What is it with this realm's princes and their aversion to rest?
Ask me when I get back. Though I may be sometime.
Then at least try to stay safe.
And if that fails, try to stay alive, eh?
And if that fails, come back as a zombie.
Every moment I waste here, the further the flagship sails.
Okay, so where am I going?
Back.
Oh, there's a. Oh no, wait. So I want the pluses. Okay. So my concern. I'm gonna assume that Jill's not dead, right? I'm gonna assume that something happened and we're gonna find her, or she's taken prisoner, or something. I don't know what it is.
They'll be fine as long as
My
it is.
concern is, at some point, I assume we're going to get Shiva's power, but in order for that to happen, something bad has to happen to Jill. And that's my concern. You know, don't reply to it. Don't say yes or no. Just that was my when everything happened yesterday. I thought, oh no, I hope she'll be okay. And then I thought, oh well, then we might get Shiva's power. And then I thought, oh damn, even if she's okay,
It's a bit of a funny one.
but something might happen later, and I get Shiva's
I was out
power.
on a mission, and he gave me this flashy ring to say thank you. So obviously, I show it to Blackthorn.
Don't we already have Shiva? No, we have
Only for him to go white as a
Ifrit,
sheet and quiet as a curl.
Garuda,
Try as I might, I
Titan,
can't for the life of me work out what could've got him
and
upset by
Bahamut, I think.
Seeing
That's
as
all we
how
have.
Blackthorn opens up when you're around, I thought.
And then we'll probably have Odin when I beat Odin. Sure.
I'd speak to him again. Well, I suppose there's no point leaving.
See, so, no, Marcos, we focused on. I focused on. I kept it down to a lean 60 minutes.
I have a moment.
All right, I'll meet you by the forge then. You come along when you're ready.
Okay. So my body reacted violently to a dietary supplement pill and then a softener, respectively. I didn't go to work to give my body time to heal. Yeah, I mean, that it's unfortunate, man, but that does happen. Oh, wait, there's a plus thingy down there, too. Where's the blacksmith guy? Oh, no, the plus might be the... No, that's that there. When I worked at Target, that was what... Something like that started happening where I realized I would get sick when it was time for me to go to Target. And then it took me a while to realize that's what was happening. And then one day I had a really bad stomach ache while I was on my way to work. So I decided that it was too bad. Like, it hurt too much. So I called out. And I called out and turned the car around. And the second I turned the car around, I felt better. I was like, that's what's making me sick. I don't want to go there. It was literally just the idea of going to work at that job that I hated.
Bloody hell, Clive. Not this again. You got better things to do with your time.
That remains to be seen. August tells me.
Switch had more SA exclusives, but none of those had the same brain power as Final Fantasy. What still the Nintendo Switch exclusives is less than one of those Final Fantasy games.
Bottling it up ain't gonna help no one. If it weren't the ring, and it was something I said, then I'm sorry.
I think I'm allergic to work.
Right. It brought back some unhappy memories, that's all. Memories better left forgotten.
Memories of what?
What happened to my face?
The things we'd all rather leave behind, Blackthorn.
Yeah.
But sometimes it helps to talk about them.
And sometimes it doesn't. Is that so hard to understand?
He's like the guy that you tell he asked too many questions, and he says, "What do you mean I asked too many questions?"
It'll get you off my back. That ring you flashed was the work of Zoltan. We apprenticed together back in the day.
You've never mentioned him before.
Why would I?
Like I said, Discord. SC had more Nintendo favor. Out of 47 games, only 3 only on PS. 2 those coming to PC. 7 just Switch. I'm talking about brand power budget sales. Just total exclusive. But yeah, but
what's it matter to you?
If the Switch gets 7 exclusive games and the PlayStation gets 1 exclusive game, and the 1 exclusive game on PlayStation is Final Fantasy Rebirth, 7 Rebirth, or 16, and then the other ones on the Switch are Deal Field Chronicle and Chocobo GP, it's like, yeah, okay. It got more, but none of them were as significant.
My armor keeps you lot safe, and my swords keep you dangerous. As far as I'm concerned, every swing of my hammer's another blow struck in the name of our cause. So I put my heart and soul into my work. Because the curse breakers deserve better than second best. And I refuse to be shown up by the likes of Zoltan.
Very well.
I knew another blacksmith with his dedication.
Learn his secret.
The only full PS exclusive is Foam Stars.
Then just this once. Make peace with being second best. Swallow your pride. And focus all your energies on the task at hand. Keeping the curse breakers armed and armored.
Oh, I think he's talking to Microsoft.
No complaints from me. But if you can't, and it's going to distract
He's like,
you,
oh, you'll just have to settle for not being the best.
About it.
What'd you say, Blackthorn? You know he's right. And it's not like you'll be going alone.
All right.
Magic.
You'll have me there with you.
Where do you reckon
Can I go alone?
Zoltan, was it?
In Dravozd, my old village. He won't have left. He's the chief.
How do Sony fans think of the Square Enix Mario basketball, or were they Square Enix games? Were they really?
Just north of the fields of Carava. Got that, Clive? Meet us at Dravozd as soon as you can, yeah? And I'll make sure Blackthorn don't get cold feet.
There's another plus quest that I gotta grab. I think he's talking to Microsoft. Run, Clive. Jump. You know what would be good if he had right now? If you could jump and then glide. I think games should engage the glide mechanic a lot better. Look at that. Just jump off the edge and glide. Mario basketball games, Square Enix. That's why if Final Fantasy... I never played it. I'd never played the Mario basketball. Weren't there multiples of those? Well, I remember like 3-on-3.
Sid.
Oh, Forspoken.
You recall the flowers I had you bring back?
Had a glide mechanic, you mean?
Vaguely. Is something wrong?
I'm afraid so.
I believe it's Lilac. I believe also a PlayStation exclusive, right? Forspoken didn't come to PC at first, did it?
I fear the soil here does not agree with them. However, I believe I have a solution.
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm going to marry the Morganbeards with Morbles. I know.
What?
But hear me out. Morbles are possessed of a highly choleric temper.
Oh, he means combined. Holy crap. I thought he was some sort of weird, what would you even call a Marlboro furry? It was PC too? Okay. Mario Sports Mix and 3 of the Sports Mix count? Because that was multiple things?
The flower to bloom. The endeavor, I assure you, is scientifically sound. I simply need a vine to prove the theory.
So I have to kill a Marlboro.
And all you need is a single...
Yeah, marry has that double meaning. Marry just means that you combine the two together.
That is correct. A single vine.
Yeah, Forspoken and Babylon's Fall were PSPC. I didn't remember Forspoken being PC. I remember Babylon's Fall, I played it on PC. That was where I played it.
A most
that game
specimen is rumored to haunt the swamps of Rosaria. Why?
That game, it wasn't bad. It was just very boring. I found Babylon's Fall. I think Babylon's Fall was the one that I played. I found it to be very bland. And I,
as do I.
As somebody who defends Bayonetta and Nier Automata and Stellar Blade, I could not get over the female character models in that game. It just felt absurd to me with the way the female characters were in that game. They all walked like supermodels with attitude. Every character skin had high heels. Like, it was a bit much. Like, even for me who defends that sort of thing, even I played Babylon's Fall was like, I'm pretty sure it was Babylon's Fall. I'm pretty sure that was the game. But even I was like, this is a bit much. This is a little... Come on. Alright, so I have to do one of these stupid hunt things. Supermodels with attitude. Which Power Ranger spinoff is that? That was a show. That was a show. They were like, was it Totally Spies? Was it Totally Spies that they were models? What game is that? I'm doing research. I want to say it was Babylon's Fall. I'm pretty sure that was the game. And just like the character, like it was the walk cycle on the female models that I was like, you're kidding me, right? Oh, Totally Spies were high school girls. What was the one that was models? Hold on. I'm sorry, I have to derail here. I know that I should be playing the game. Was it VIP? VIP. It was a TV show. It was a live-action TV show called VIP, starring Pamela Anderson and several others. And I believe they were former models. Yes. I knew there was a show I was thinking of. Fun fact, Mario Hopes 3v3, the guy that did the music for the game was Soken, the guy that composed this and Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, that's right. The Elements. There was a PlayStation game. You're absolutely right. I hear your brother isn't a fan of carrots. If every carrot of Rosaria is anything like the one we just got posted on the board. What? Carrot? What are you talking about? What is he saying? This thing. Isn't it? Carrot. Come across it. from the marshes of 3 reeds. Do not attempt to pull it from the swampy oil. It is insured with another root or vegetable. So the marshes of 3 reeds. Joshua did not like eating carrots at the beginning of the game. Hey, gold. Don't get me started. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so okay, so that's the next story thing. But where's this? It said marshes of 3 reeds. Where I don't know where that is. Whispering Waters in Rosaria. I'm literally just clicking all of these places because Port Isolde, Martha, the Dim. Yeah, I haven't been over here yet. Northreach, Dragons, Airy, something, Lost Wing, left of the hideout or the hideaway. Is that what you mean? The Velcroy Desert. Upper left. The Dim? Or East Pool? Like, which of these spots on the map? Which one am I supposed to go to? See, you're saying that. I don't know what that means. Like, oh, 3 reeds. There we go. Right there. Right there. So I'm going to go this way. The whole area left is Rosaria. Normally it's like, you know, a map. It's got like a big thing that says Rosaria. Okay, it's not a sexy bird. I mean, come on. Okay.
Faster.
It did have Rosaria written on it. I'm just an idiot then. All right, I definitely missed that one. I mean, I that's the thing, Dragon, you have to remember, I'm also streaming. If I wasn't streaming, I would just look it up. Or I would go to everything. Like, I would be more engaged in it. Sometimes I don't put it on the game because I do know that, yeah, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably be engaging in it much better. Much more closely anyway. All right, so what am I looking for here? I passed it. All right.
Thanks, Cal.
They never really kept this game. Does this game have free roam section, or is it considered in chapter based? It's basically free roam. It's zones. Like, you don't run around the overworld. That part that you just saw, where I was checking out the different zones, that's kind of how it works. The overworld is a map, but then I can go to these areas and look for things. I have freedom to do stuff. All right, so you said I passed it, so that was this way. You got 3 or 4 zones. Yeah, so like, okay, so on the map, on the here, so you see this, like these points here. Martha's Rest, 3 reeds. Oh wait, it's actually called 3 reeds. Yeah, it is actually called 3 reeds. These are all the points on the map. So I don't run around. So technically you kind of do, right? But they have it set for fast travel points. It's kind of weird. It is, now that I look at it, it is kind of awkward that you could have probably achieved this with an overworld. Like, the game could realistically be done without this. Theoretically, you could, because all of these warp points are on the map. It's just there are certain points that aren't connected. All right, so I missed it. I forgot what it said about where... Is it that? No, that's just the sky. Oh, that's right. Everything's purple. It said like a tentacle sticking out of a marsh or something. It's near the reeds, but it's between where you and the 3 reeds warp. Okay, so it's not... Oh, is it this? The Whispering Waters? It did say something about that, didn't it? I tried them myself, eventually gave up and just looked them up. I don't think I would look it up, the answer to how this game does hunts. Yeah, I don't really like how they do the hunts. I think that if you get the hunt off the board, it should be fine. You have the hunt. And then if you ask the Chocobo, not the Chocobo, if you ask the Moogle the hint, because it gives you the thing like, oh, ask about the hunt, then it would give you a better clue, and it would mark the map as to where it might be. I think that that's probably a better way to do it. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It does kind of look pinkish. Uh-oh. Wait, is this a Marlboro? Oh yeah, okay, it is. I was gonna say it looks like remember? I think they were called the Ochos. Ow! Oh, it hit me there. Huh? I can't tell if it's hitting me or not. Like, it's hitting me now, but... Woo! Ow, damn it. Oh, no way. I actually hit the button that time. Okay. Did I just have poison? I think you can get status affected like that. Okay, uh-oh. Whoa. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I thought it was attacking me. I'm like, no, I took it down. Ah, no. Oh my God, get up. Oh. Acid rain. Whoa. Oh, come on. Clive, come on, you whiffed that one. Oh, is that? Oh, that's poisonous stuff. Okay, get out of there. You know what? Let's do this. So he said if I hold still. Oh, damn it. Whoa. Ow. Okay. Fuse bomb is impulse and then Garuda's gouge right after. Yeah, the stun will melt. Yeah, oh, the fireball thingy. I was trying to save it. I was trying to save it for this part. Woo! Come on. Oh. Whoa. Oh, no way. Come on. It keeps like, I guess it hits the water. Yeah, I was gonna say, come on. Okay, I can just. Oh, it like it's staggered, but it's in the middle of an attack. Come on! You're in the middle of an attack, and so it's not registering the fact that I finished its stagger off. There! That's so unfair. Holy smokes. That was right in my ear. I always think of that. I always think of Marlboros. I think of cigarettes. I think of a giant pack of cigarettes. How about that for a mod? Give me that for a Final Fantasy PC mod where somebody mods in a giant pack of cigarettes whenever you get attacked by a Marlboro. It's Marlboro, right? Right? How's it actually written? Marble. Like marble. Like you play marbles. That was all I needed, right? I think that was all I needed. Nothing else here? They've been Marble since 11. Marble Madness. Oh, come on. That's a good name for a quest. No, they've been marbles for a while now, haven't they, Lilac? Ochos were a different monster. Ochos were something that they kind of looked like them, but they were different. Do they still are they still a Final Fantasy thing? Ochos, right? Weren't they called Ochos?
Can't help but notice that your satchel is twitching in a most violent manner.
Final Fantasy. Yeah, Ochos were a different thing. But they were there. 10 was the last to claim Mal. Malboro. Okay, that's what they were. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
The flesh positively.
They were Marlboro, I guess.
If I can successfully graft this to the Morganbeards.
Marble versus Capcom.
I successfully graft this to the Morganbeards.
Marble superhero.
I suspect the results will be immediate.
I need Marlboros dressed like all of the Avengers, or just like comic book characters, and it says Marble superheroes. Gouge is best to use when they have stagger bar. Even when it's broken, it doesn't do a ton of damage. Oh, okay. That's a stagger attack. Huh. All right. One of the reasons I haven't really changed.
Just as I hoped. Witness how the Morganbeards have taken
Oh,
to the
look.
blighted soil. How
It's
they
so
bloom
nice
with
down here.
heretofore unseen vigor. Why, I dare say such a vine graft would yield similar results when applied to other specimens as
Oh,
well.
wait. Hold on. I like this
I'm glad I
quest.
could be of assistance.
You've not only helped us, Sid. You've saved us. Do you recall the extract with which I provided you before? I took a moment to distill some more, but this time with the petals from the invigorated Morganbeards.
Oh, wait. Does this improve my potion?
Its potency has nearly doubled. You must accept this vial as thanks for your assistance. The rest, I shall give to Taya.
Okay. I mean, that's why I took this quest, because I knew it was an upgrade quest. Is this potion efficiency? Oh, and I leveled up. Invigorating Morgan necessary for further increasing consumable potency. Okay, good. If you get Giga Flare, use that. It's a massive damage dealer. No, so what I was gonna say was that so that's the best my potions are gonna get. You have obtained a vial of invigorated Morganbeard extract, further increasing the potency of most consumables. Both potions and high potions now restore even more. Stone skin, lion hearts last even longer. Okay. It said maximized, so I guess that's the best my potions can go. What I was gonna say was that one of the reasons I haven't really focused on like moving around my attacks and stuff, and because when you master them, you can change the thing that it's on. Because I wasn't really sure how I want to do it. I think I do want to do that. I think I want to set up one of my characters to be, like I want to have the one on that I use to stagger enemies, and then one to do like heavy damage, or two to do heavy damage. Oh, the Xbox sensor, yeah, Knight's Temp. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that's stretching. So it explains why they released that Batman the Dark Knight game. And it's interesting that this game does enemies more than 7 rebirth. In Rebirth, enemies are always on you. Lots of small hits. In this game, it really feels like the back and forth. Yeah, it's a bit more cinematic. It's a bit more designed for you to dodge and counter and stuff. It feels more built for that. 3 moves for stagger, 3 moves for... Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. And Ronan, because I have 3... You have 3 slots for whatchamathingies. I think I want to do like one that focuses on stagger, and then 2 of them that focus on attack. And I don't really feel the need to have one that does oh wait, I'm going here. I don't feel the need to focus on one that does like AoE versus single target. I feel like single target is going to be good enough for this game. I don't feel like I've experienced anything that makes me feel like, yeah, I definitely need AoE focused attacks and stuff. Where the hell am I going here? Wait. Oh, it's there. Okay. So I'm going that way. It's what I should do. It's what I should do is sit down and really. I mean, oh wait, I haven't actually done that in a while. Abilities. This right? Oh, we have 5. Garuda. Oh, I forgot about Ramu. Oh, poor Ramu. I forgot about you, buddy. So yeah, so. I mean, if I'm going to focus on staggering enemies, I feel like this with the gouge is just absurd. What do you think? You think gouge with lightning rod or gouge with impulse? Get Giga Flare. See, but do I want to use, cuz for Giga Flare I'll need to have Bahamut, right? Do I want to keep Bahamut or do I want to shift over to Titan again? See, yeah, gouge with cuz I haven't upgraded impulse. You're right. So how many? I have tons of ability points too. You can mix and match. Elements after you have to master a move before you can move it off of the icon onto another icon. So I have to master it first. And so like if I want to put gouge with impulse on Garuda, I'm gonna have to master impulse, and then I can move it. Or set it up, I guess. I don't know. I haven't actually done that. So now I can set up my attacks with Garuda, which is probably what I'm gonna do. I like the attack that the wicked wheel thing, but I think I want impulse with gouge. Yeah, if I master that's why. Yeah, so I'm not gonna bother with Giga Flare yet. I'm gonna actually put that with this one. So these I want to keep. Scarlet Cyclone. Which is the one I'm using? I'm using this one. Flames of Rebirth. I like these. That or this? Oh, I kind of like this one though. Wait. This one hits harder, but it's well, this isn't single target. It does hit all of them. What do you like better? You like I'm gonna keep Flames of Rebirth. Do you like Rising Flames or Scarlet Cyclone better? I think Rising Flame looks cooler, but I mean so does this. And you can't power them up. There's nothing you can do later to make them stronger. So I'm gonna use that. I don't use any of the Phoenix. You don't use the Phoenix ones? You don't like Flames of Rebirth? I think it's sick. It restores health. That's kind of why I like it. So now I can put on a different icon because I don't like Bahamut's abilities here. I prefer Ignition, but that's which one is this one? That's Ignition. Which one's Ignition? I don't have that. Ifrit, isn't that? Oh, that's Phoenix. I'm looking at Phoenix. This one. Attack while charging, inflicting multiple hits and forcing smaller enemies back. Can be used in midair. Ooh, that is kind of sick. Yeah, saying all fire creatures look alike. Hey, you know, red is red. You know what I mean? You know what I don't like about this? If I miss, I whiff and it gets on my nerves. I kind of like that. I'm gonna try that for a little bit. Yeah, that's why I do like the fact that I can hurt multiple things. I'm gonna keep Scarlet Cyclone on. I'm gonna switch that up, so I'm gonna use Scarlet Cyclone and Wings of Rebirth, and then when I fight a boss, I can switch to something like Ignition. Because then I can focus on, it's just one, it's just a single target attack. I guess I can kind of switch my other icon, though. Because now I don't need 3. So, okay, so hold on. So, I'm going to switch off of that. Right? Actually, I'm going to switch those. And then that's going to be impulse. So I can do that, and then switch off. And yeah, see, this is what I got to change. Oh, ignition you can control so you don't whiff. Wikes is good. It's a leaf shield of fireballs. Yeah, so I'm going to swap out Bahamut. I don't know who else to... Oh, not Ramu. Hang on. I hated that stupid thing. I hated that stupid thing. I used that one already. Yeah, this is probably the better one. All right, so what? Why are you here? Was this the one blocking it? I like this one. I love this attack. And this was... Yeah, I like this thing too. Okay. So, yeah, what are you saying this will of the... Oh, wait, I forgot you can set up different sets. That's this thing? Summon a storm of fireballs that circle around Clive, dealing damaging nearby enemies, also while absorbing. Oh, see, this seems like it would be good. And then what's the... Increase fireball count while nullifying up to 4 attacks. Oh, this is a shield. And this is an attack that you put on? Yeah, it's for absorbing damage. Let's I'm not gonna use it. Let's level it up first. And I keep doing that. Let's level it up first, and then we'll see. Oh, I want to change these. Wings of Rebirth, and I want to change you to... Oh, do I want to change you to... I want to do the Scarlet Cyclone thing. Let's do that. It sounds like it looks cool. The shield dot combined with other stuff like Pulse, it's great. Yeah, just hope I don't get comboed, which is not entirely impossible. Okay. So now we are... Oh, we have to go that way first. Okay, so I focused on attacking and setting my stuff up, so... Oh my god, it appeared! We saw it appear! Holy smokes! Eat your heart out, 7 Rebirth, with your magic chocobo that comes out of nowhere. I swear, never in my 90-something hours of playing that game while actively trying to look at it, never did I see that chocobo appear when I called for it. It always just was just like it was standing there the entire time. Oh, I forgot to level up. Crap. Or not level up. I forgot to buy my potions. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. Good to know there's always a chocobo behind them. Oh my, yeah, in Rebirth. Every time I got to the point in Rebirth where I was like spinning the camera around as fast as I could and then blowing the whistle to summon the chocobo just to see if I could see it materialize out of thin air. And I never saw it. Can I have a potion? There we go. Can I have another one? Oh, wow. I haven't actually been here. Huh?
Kicked out already?
No.
Chocobo is not real in Rebirth. Cloud's just pulling a Scarvio and floating on nothing, and everyone's following around. He's like, no, it's like, what was it called in Harry Potter? The Thestrals.
You look like trouble.
Only people who have been in the live stream can see them.
That's what I'm trying to do, you little prick.
Hey, what?
Ain't changed a bit, have you, Snotty?
No. It isn't. Blackthorn.
Long time no see, eh?
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise, but since you are so nicely, I'm here to see Zoltan, you fucking numbskull. No, it's a spoon.
All right.
Listen, I'm trying. I like him, but I'm trying not to like him because I remember the last time I really liked the blacksmith, and the game really pissed me off.
For the first punch. Not good enough for you.
The last time I enjoyed a sassy blacksmith with a mouth like a sailor, I ended up very disappointed. So I'm trying not to express how much I like him as a character. I'm not over it. Ronan, I'm not over it. I was genuinely mad. I still am.
This is Dravoshed. Not much going on, is there?
Talking about Rebirth, it's just Epona in Zelda Ocarina of Time. Yeah, I never saw Epona kind of appear out of nowhere either.
To shout to be heard over the sound of hammer on anvil. Clive, you're good with people. You speak to Zoltan.
Sultan.
Hey, you ain't backing out now, are you?
There's a river of bad blood between me and the chief. But if someone can build me a bridge, then I'll cross it.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Or that bird that picks you up and Link to the Past. The duck always spawned off screen. That always made sense.
He'd have inherited it when I left.
Forge on the hill.
In Ocarina, you trigger a cutscene so she would just GPS. Yeah, you're right. Ocarina did have a cutscene for it. Yeah, that thing, isn't it a duck? Is that a thing that's debate? I always thought that was a duck in Link to the Past. Oh, the last episode's next week, or tomorrow. Oof, that was a good episode last week.
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we gonna?
It's no, it's not a cuckoo, is it? No way. Oh wait, let me get my potions. It doesn't look like one.
Good day.
Yeah, that last episode was crazy good.
Here you are. Certainly. Farewell, traveler.
Like, you haven't seen what, the last episode? The previous one, I mean? I should say the previous episode. Breath of the Wild, though, in Ancient Gear, the horse does have it to pop up.
Why hasn't Papa come back yet?
He's helping the chief with something very important.
I can screen capture it and link a picture later for the LTTP bird.
Flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone iron.
Pardon the intrusion.
Bird.
I'm looking for the chief.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done,
It's a duck. I just looked it up. It's a duck.
Get out before things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's here.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Clive, my guy, you're making it worse. I think you're making it worse.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Didn't you apprentice together?
So what if we did? Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off. Oh, and if you're struggling to find your way out...
So, okay,
prick knows exactly where the exit is.
Is that the game that's getting lighter and darker? Right? That's the clouds in the game, right? It's not just my screen that seems to be it's like a cloudy day.
Please, Chief, you've got to do something.
It's in the cloud. Okay, it's the clouds. I'm like, I want to make sure. Am I having some sort of a stroke? I didn't know. I wasn't entirely sure. Whee!
But if we can't fire the forges, how are we going to earn our...
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what
They kind of resemble the Fortnite clouds.
Exactly. If we're to help, we need to know what turned the village against you.
I left. Dravozd. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying
He convinced everybody that HD DVD was the future instead of Blu-ray, and they kicked him out.
My kind, who were in it for the
You told us HD DVD was the future.
A single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right.
Get out.
And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons. People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap.
They look more like a weekly cloud. Fortnite. I'll give you that.
Single baby went at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravozd in half had it gone on. So, I left.
See?
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravozd prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate.
Well, maybe now what they need is new ideas. At least it wasn't Laserdisc.
As good as dead.
To be fair, Laserdisc as a format stuck around for a long time. It ended up being just more, like Enterprise stuff.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
I think 8-Track did the same thing.
I mean, though, right?
I think long after 8-Track fell out of like consumer favor, I think companies were still using it for stuff. Radio stations specifically.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive.
I mean, that was a long time ago, but...
Clive. Dravozd won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world? The way I see it.
Yeah, I mean...
Hold on, Blackthorn.
We need stronger fire.
Made those things for us.
Oh, okay, we're talking about something else.
And you'd be throwing it away.
It's like, we need stronger fire. Well, the guy that shoots flames out of his hand might be helpful.
Right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate.
Edgar Sabin parallels.
Sid's creations
Interesting.
were never meant to be hoarded. It was only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing.
Yeah, we're trying to...
It's possible.
We're trying to not use crystals and stuff, so...
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man
How about
job.
we rely on science
Do us a
over
favour,
magic?
Round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two, would you, August?
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin.
Salamander skin? Very classic.
Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
What?
Time for a spot of hunting.
That was good timing on that. He can't believe he has to go to the fields of Carava. There. Oh, okay. That's not that far. Ew. Have to have my ear, so my stance on sound has always been a bit weird. Told vinyl disc produce a different sound quality compared to CD or digital file. I can't hear a difference. Is that true? Vinyl has a warmer sound. It is. It's kind of hard to explain what warmer means, but it's hard to explain without just saying it's very unique to the sound of vinyl. The whole idea about it just sounds better, I think that's really an opinion thing. I think that I've listened to vinyl records and I think that sounds really awesome. But then I listen to CDs and very clear quality audio and I think, yeah, that's better. It's better. It just is. Since secrets are going to be shared, you can't change the world without a way for that world to function. Yeah, exactly. And the focus now, I think, Ronan, should be how much time you spend using Sid's inventions, not how many of his inventions get sold. I think that user engagement is going to be the higher metric here. Sid would have wanted it that way. We need to guys choose fire. Have Fantastic Four on our team, so absolutely we use the thing while Johnny Blaze does water duty. Vinyl generates sound in a subtle way that it's just important if you care about it. Like how people claim to care about 4K. Yeah, it does produce a different sound, and it is very unique. And to be fair, Marcos, I think being deaf in one ear, I don't think that really changes it. I don't think that would really... I would say if you listen to an actual vinyl recording, like an actual record, and you put it on something, versus listening to a cassette tape or a CD, I don't think being deaf in one ear is going to change that. Oh, this is a big thing. Wait. Hey, D. Ah, no way. Ah, I should have done that first. Oh, no. Damn it. I tried to... Oh, wait. Oh, that was like a fancy boss. Look at that. Yeah, it did. It did definitely melt that stun gauge. Is that all I needed? Just the one?
Decent set of bellows.
Oh, okay. Hold on. What's this? Yeah, what's this? Epic. Damn it. Cookie thing, man. Epic 1.1 million euros fine for breaking EU consumer laws. The stupid cookie thing. I don't want to accept I don't want to accept any cookies. Response to ACM's finding. What does it say? We in our 609. Okay, I'm not reading that. What happened? I think later, Mr. Sonic, have a good one. I think when a website tells me that you have to accept the cookies, I don't do that. No. I can't stand it. Just reject them. It doesn't affect you looking. Manage cookie settings. Reject all. Netherlands Authority and Consumer Markets fined Epic 1.125 million euros for using unfair commercial practices. I mean, I can't really read all of that. What practices are they saying is unfair? Because they're not wrong. I've had a problem. I had a problem with them before with Fortnite, which is what that's about. I had a problem with them. You can click something and buy it instantly, and then when it comes to returning it, you have to go through like a process to return it, and then you're only allowed 3 returns on the item, like on the items that you purchased. It was like, that's kind of scummy. That was actually a really scummy thing. So yeah, there are some practices that they were like, wow, that's kind of shady. Go up the thing. Including using demanding phrases such as "get it now" or "buy now." Certain advertisements, which the ACM described as illegal, aggressive commercial practice. Investigation also found that countdown timers were used on some advertisements for items that were still available in the shop even after the countdown ended. ACM deemed it. Yeah, that I'll give them that one. That's 100%. I'll give you that. Traders must take into account the fact that children are more vulnerable to certain commercial practices than regular consumers. Epic actually exploited these types of vulnerabilities. As such, it failed to observe the required care that can be reasonably expected from traders when dealing with children. The only thing, like, they're kind of right to do that. The only thing I always question about when companies do that and when people complain about that stuff is you're talking about children, and why do children have access to a credit card anyway? I don't think that children should even have access to something. Like, I as a parent, I would not connect a credit card to that account and allow my child to, like, I would buy them V-Bucks on cards, but I wouldn't attach it to my credit card or anything. Yeah, same thing. Children under 18.
Nothing I couldn't handle.
They're still right for doing it. They're still right for charging them for that. But it is something that I always kind of question, where it's like, kids spend all this money on these games. It's like, but do kids spend money on these games? You know, what money did I have to spend on a video game like that? And yeah, I guess like 16, 17, right around there. Can you guys not get cars at 15? Technically, no. My understanding, at least the way it used to be, was you couldn't get a job until you were at least 16, and you had to get a special permit for that. You had to get, like, working papers, and then there were a lot of laws for you working between the ages of 16 and 18. It was actually difficult for you to get a job. It used to be. I don't know if it is still like that now. Like your ID, you would get an ID, and the ID was labeled as a junior ID. You couldn't get like a full ID. I don't think, even if you have a job at 16, I think legally you're not allowed to work more than 20 hours a week maximum. Like, there were a whole lot of laws about it. But again, that's 16. 15, you technically, legally, you can't get a job at 15. Again, that's the way it used to be. I don't know if that's still like that now. Over here, you can start working at 16. You get your national insurance number. You can apply for debit cards at 14 and credit cards at 16. Yeah, see, no, you can't do that here. I don't think you can apply. I don't think you can make a bank account without your parents. I want to say until you're 16. I want to say 16 is the earliest, but you would still need your parents to help you sign up for that.
He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravosht needed.
Over here you can start working. Yeah. Depends on the location. That's also true. That's also true. I am talking about when I lived in the city.
Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
The cinders would mean
the job thing, not the bank thing. Oh, okay. The job thing too?
I need to forgive him first.
That's not gonna happen.
Parents are not responsible for actions of children unless certain circumstances. So little Timmy steals the credit card out of his mom's purse.
Well,
It's the game's fault.
Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
Some adults aren't taking responsibility for their actions, so they're blaming the corporations for not being kid-friendly instead of taking responsibility. Yeah, I mean, and that's they're not wrong that the companies are predatory, but I do put some of that on the parents to say, like, maybe you should pay more attention to that stuff.
Surprise for him.
Yeah, but if the reason Timmy stole said card is because he was scared he was missing out and still too young to know any better, that is the game's fault, and that's what they're saying. The game is pushing into the fear, and that's why I say that they're right. They're right about that aspect of it, because it is like, if you're putting a timer on something that says, "Oh my God, you're gonna miss it," and then it's still in the store, even if it's not in the store, the fact that you put it there and you're like, "Oh, you're gonna miss it," it's like, that's a little strange.
Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome. The whole village turned out for a go on the
And as Fortnite is Peggy 12, it must base its practices around an age, which raises an interesting question then.
Oh, but that reminds me.
Do you think that legally the court system has precedent, has a case there, if that game was Peggy 18 or 19 or whatever? Isn't it 19? Isn't it Peggy 19? Do you think that legally they have a case if that game is labeled as for 18 and over? It's 18, right? That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Peggy 18. Do you think that they have a case for that? Because then you could say the kids play this game, and then they could say, yeah, but it's Peggy 18, so they shouldn't be playing this game, right? If little Timmy steals his parents' credit card to buy something for Grand Theft Auto, doesn't Rockstar have the right to say their little Timmy isn't supposed to be playing our game in the first place? So that's not our fault that your kid is playing it.
If that helps save even a single
This is a side quest, so I'm not really super paying attention, even though I like Blackthorn, but I'm trying not to like Blackthorn.
And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work.
Doesn't little Timmy deserve something considering he gets killed in every PSA? Little Timmy has Animal Crossing, and little Timmy will play Animal Crossing and like it. All right? 3, 7, 12, 16, and 18.
About to put Zoltan back.
I don't know why like Peggy 19 is in my head. Things the early gaming sounds weren't meant for headphones, and the sounds didn't improve to. Oh.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong.
Both comedy and comedy. It's the game's fault for encouraging FOMO, but it's also the parents' fault for not taking responsibility for their child or child's action. If it was listed as 18, then they have an argument of our game is rated this, so we're building on our expectations that players are 18. So yeah, so I'm kind of interested in the idea of that. If they're basing their case off of the fact that this game is Peggy 12, and that's like they need to make it age appropriate. If it was labeled 18, they'd be able to do whatever they want. A lot of regulations on advertisement tend to come from the idea that customers are never responsible. Again, you're saying that the parents were never wrong and never set boundaries for parenting. At that point, Epic is much more responsible parent than the actual parent. However, I still believe it's better to set boundaries in companies just for the sake of keeping them in check. Yeah, because if you don't set boundaries, they'll keep pushing it to see how far they can take it. Oh, CJ, I'm reading your thing here, in Discord. Mark, no, that's fine. That's fine. I guess we're still talking about the music and stuff. All right. So wait. So what did that give me? That gave me a material to upgrade one of my thingies, right?
What's that for you, dear?
Reinforce. What do I even have equipped right now? Rune belt. It gave me new foraging recipes. Was it for this? Oh, no, wait. Craft. See, purple. Where's the stuff to make the purple one stronger? Drake Slayer stuff. So wait, what do I need for this? Is that better? Oh, wait, this... Oh, no, this is what I got. The Ouroboros thing. Oh, my... This is the recipe that I got? Oh, that I get... Oh, that's... Is that what that little marker thing is by the icon? It's just to tell me that's something I get from the hunts? Is that what that means? So this is what I have. I have the Kendrick belt on. Do I have the Kendrick bracelet too? I don't have the bracelet. Okay. But I want to get this. Oh, this is way stronger. Yeah, I got Ouroboros. Is it a recipe? Oh, it is a recipe for all of them. Okay. It's not for the sword though, right? Okay. So then, do I have anything to reinforce stuff? No? Okay.
And?
The Kendrick. That's the Kendrick bracelet. Isn't it? Isn't that what everybody was talking about?
Not saying Fordian, do you?
Yeah, this one. The Kendrick belt and the bracelets.
That it? Fine.
Okay, God. All right, so I have to go to wherever the thingy tells me to go to. Okay.
If it's knowledge you seek, there's a plenty to guide you in your search.
Oh, I didn't tell you about I watched I just realized that you said the Kendrick belt. I watched Alana, what's her name? Charlana Zard? I guess Alana Pierce, right? That's her name. I watched her video about the Drake thing because I haven't really paid any attention to that. I was talking about it before and I said, like, I don't understand any of it. I watched her video sort of breaking down why it's important and I was like, oh. It's like, wow, that is okay. I was like, yeah, now I'm kind of understanding why this is such a problem. I should probably upgrade all of this stuff, huh? Oh, wait, I don't even... Oh, this isn't even upgraded? Yeah, these abilities aren't even upgraded. Upgraded. Okay, so they're all good. They're all good to go. I feel like I should just master them or just upgrade them to have. Wow, that move looks sick. I don't even, oh my god. I should spend the points just to learn that. Okay. All right, so I think we're good here. So I'm going to save, and then we're going to teleport to the... Actually, I'm going to run and grab the rest of my coffee. I got a little bit more coffee. Yeah, I was like, ooh, there's a lot happening there. That's not great. Yeah, some of the ultimate moves are really flashy, which I love. You know me, I love a good ridiculously flashy move for no reason whatsoever. Don't use aerial blast, it sucks. Damn. All right, I'll warp here. I'll get whatever cutscenes out of the way, and then I'll run and grab my coffee real quick. And I gotta check the mail too. Insert San Andreas theme. I have a question for you. So I asked about Call of Duty before, and I said, like, if I were to play a Call of Duty game, which game would I play? If I wanted to play a Grand Theft Auto game, what do you think is the one that I would like the most? Do you think that I would just go to 5? Or would 5 be too excessive? 5, yeah, see, I kind of thought it'd be 5, but I was kind of curious to see if anybody
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings.
I kind of thought 4 would be the other chance. No, not World at War, because World at War is World War II stuff. I can't stand that stuff. AGM, it needs to be modern for Call of Duty for me. And Black Ops 3 seems like the one that most people have said. I've asked other people, like, outside of stream, and people have said, like, Black Ops 3 is probably the best one. Yay!
Never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
Isn't Black Ops... No, Black Ops 3 is modern, isn't it? Isn't that more, like... Isn't that, like, modern combat? Black Ops 3.
And he sailed to Ash from southern lands. That it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword...
Yeah, if it wasn't modern, I wouldn't even consider it.
Can sever the very threads of creation.
Black Ops 1 is Vietnam.
Sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive. What we must.
Alternatively, you could play a good game. I mean... But why? That doesn't sound interesting at all. You could have just put it out.
Mid! Company!
Hey?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
I think you enjoy aspects of GTA 5 story, but not the whole story. And that's always, and that's kind of why I was thinking about that, because I'm a story person. I need to play the linear aspect of the game. Because I know, like, if I wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff, people would tell me, oh yeah, 5's got a tons of things you can do. It's like, I don't want to do a million things. I want to play the story. Oh, Elements, one of my favorite characters. If not my favorite character so far, is Uncle Byron.
Here they come.
Red Dead 2. I don't like cowboy stuff. Like the cowboy culture aesthetic, I'm just not a fan of it. I don't hate it for any reason. It's just not really a thing that I like. Western, like the cowboy Western aesthetic. I'm not a fan of it. Watch this. Oh my God! Wait, come here.
You said that ship was fast. Oh, I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers. Come on, then.
Oh, I love it. He's getting to have some fun. Oh my God! Look, that guy would have eaten right through my little fire thingies. Oh wait. Ah, damn it. I saw that coming and I didn't. Woo! Byron, get in there, get some hits. I'm lobbing them to you. All right, come here. Get up. Oh! Oh, no way! Whew! And you get like one crafting material.
That was easy enough.
Alright, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board.
See what I mean? About, yeah, oh my god, it really does kind of... Ronan, it just makes me think, instead of impulse, what if I was using the lightning rod?
Clive?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Come on, give me something that's going to last.
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Yeah, the size of the AoE pretty good for that fight. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What?
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Do you know normal enemies?
He got it. He got every F word except the one that matters.
Up for another round? Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield? My boy, there was a time people called me the Executioner.
Oh, I want a game of just that. Oh, lightning rod wouldn't be quick, but if the enemy hit it, it would have done massive damage.
Wait! You plan! You leave! We follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
All right, this
Have
is...
care, my friends. 'Tis not blood that runs through Mogi's veins.
Oh, wait.
These foes will not fall easily.
Oh, no.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman.
Oh, these guys aren't that powerful. I was expecting... I was a little concerned here.
How long are we meant to keep this up? As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea. Well, I've already killed at least 5.
Oh, that hit multiple enemies. I kind of... I didn't think that would hit multiple. Ow.
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet. Wait for my signal.
Oh, no way. Oh. I like how the first one was insanely strong, and these are just jobbers. I mean, I'm happy for that. I can't imagine fighting an army of the guys that we fought before. It has the yeah, that attack does. You mean the ring, like to position it, or like to charge it up, sort of. Yeah, Byron. Yeah, which elements I was getting wrong the entire time. I kept doing it in the red part because I thought the red part meant stronger, and everybody's like, "No, you got to do it in the yellow." Yeah, Byron is me. Look at him. Byron's absolutely me. Oh, so when I do... I'm doing it in the first yellow. I have to do it in the second yellow in order for it to be stronger. That's a great picture right there. Onward to emulation C's. Look, they're leaving to go play Switch games. I don't relate to any of these characters. I'd be the town drunk. What do you mean hold on tight? It's the water. And get a rope or something. Help me out here. Wait, wasn't I supposed to get coffee? You get the full charge of the attack plus the plus the crit damage. So I should do it at the second yellow part. Hanging off the back. I believe that's called the bow of the ship. I think. Right? No. Isn't that the bow? No, the bow is the front.
What do you want?
Isn't the back? What's the back of the ship? That's the bow?
That's quite a mess.
Or is that the... No. Is that aft? What's the back of the boat?
And wholly unnecessary.
Oh, she's alive. Okay.
You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
I keep saying Mythos, and I keep thinking that's me, but I don't think it is. Hey, get your coffee before you start the next part.
Now back to your stations.
Well, port and starboard, isn't that...
Another league between us and the galleon.
Isn't that like universal? That's considered like universal shipping language? Yeah, you're right. The bow.
I don't suppose me
See,
engine.
Because it's bow, port, starboard, stern, aft, right? Isn't it? Parts of the ship. Hold on.
Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye. And they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Stern is the back. Bow is the front.
You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000. And
I know the top flying spot is called the Crow's
Brandon
Nest.
can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds attend you.
Oh, he's leaving.
As for you, Joshua...
Oh, it just occurred to me he's leaving. I'm like...
I shall do my best, Uncle.
Actually, no, you know what?
My nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back.
Yeah, I think I want him to leave. I feel like anybody around Clive is in danger. Whoop. And the big white glittery thing is called the sail. I thought that was the captain. Confused so many in the race to see larboard swipe. Just go. What the hell? Oh, wait. Starboard. Chris Koji.
You keep up, my boy.
It looks like Shulk from Xenoblade. Decided 14 to use Nordical terms for Omega raids. Specifically the two attack Lardboard. Oh, turns out Lardboard and Starboard were the original port and Starboard. Oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, that sounds confusing as hell. Why would you do that? Like, I understand why you would use nautical terms. That actually makes a lot of sense for the ships. Because there's a reason for nautical terms, is that you can't say left and right. Because if you're facing the front or the back of the ship, left and right means something different. You have to speak in terms that are relating to the shape of the boat. When you say starboard, you know which side of the boat it is no matter where you're standing. So you kind of have to do that. So I get that. But what the hell is Lardboard? Just say port. He's alive! This thing is killing my...
All this.
Hang on. Hang on. Crap. Hold on. I'm having a... There we go. I need this to pause. Yeah, what did you do? Yeah, all right. You freaking waking up with the rest of us. Good job, ass.
My lord.
Piss me off, man. Guys driving me crazy. He wasn't in control of himself. He was in control of himself the entire time leading up. He could have made decisions a long time ago about what to do and not do. Oh, God. Not get into it. No, okay. Give me a few minutes. I gotta fix something on my computer really quick. And then I'm going to run and grab the rest of my coffee. And then when I come back, we'll get back into the next part of this here. Okay. But give me a second. I'll be right back. Windows update is ready. I mean, he wasn't in control of himself. He was in control of himself beforehand. Uncle thinks it's easy to just turn your back on your father and king. No, I don't think it's easy to turn your back on your father and king. But when you're the leader of a nation of people, or when you are one of the leaders of a nation of people, you are tasked with making hard choices. And if you're not ready to make those hard choices, and I think anybody can agree to this, if you are not ready to make the hard choices for the betterment of the people, you shouldn't be leading the people. I think that that is a very fair thing to say and to expect from your leaders, especially when he is a leader that was actively responsible for the deaths of hundreds, if not thousands of people because he couldn't walk away. Again, he didn't have to kill the king. He didn't have to go and do all of these atrocious things. All he had to say was, I am not going to do the thing that you were telling me to do. That's all he had to do. And yes, it's not easy. But the idea that he couldn't do that, so he had to engage in open war is ridiculous to me. You see the video of a guy? No, I did not see the video of a guy who set up his hammock on a bus. That sounds hysterical, though. Okay, so I think I'm good. I loaded up my potions, right? I think I should be okay. I did see the hilarious video. I retweeted it, too. I did see the hilarious video of Anakin Skywalker accidentally building a Jeep. Do you see that? That's so funny.
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow.
The whole Bahama thing was due to him losing himself in grief over murdering his father by accident. But I'm talking about before. I'm talking about when he was standing there, all those cutscenes that we had before, where his father was engaging in these horrible things, and he's like, okay. Yeah, I'm not talking about the actual last moments. I'm talking about the entire rest of the game, where he's being sent to do these things, and he's saying these are horrible, and he's not doing it. Yeah, you'll never, nah.
Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Aye, aye. Do you feel that,
Jill?
All hands! Battle stations!
I like orangutans. You know what? I haven't been to the zoo in forever. How do you feel about the zoo? Do you guys like the zoo? The War of Waloed was needed. It was the stuff back home that he opposed. Yeah, but if he didn't say on the front lines, then who else could fight back Odin? But I don't know. It's why he couldn't just back down. Then he should have found another way. And that's a thing that you got to admit. You got to agree with me on. It didn't seem like he was trying to find any other way. And I'm not saying that I know the answer. I'm saying that it didn't feel like he was trying at all. I don't agree with this thing that we're supposed to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's like, all right, are you even looking for another answer? It just didn't feel like it to me. Not for a while.
But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
I've been to a zoo since 2015. I haven't been to I want to say the last time I've been to a zoo was at least 20 years ago. Hey, what's that? Woo! You whiffed.
Barnabas. Hard apart! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
That's starboard. Oh, wait, that's port. Okay. Oh, it's in follow for. There it is. Man spins around hammock. That looks great. Just the thumbnail looks good. That's lardboard. I'm sorry. Yeah. And I still say I'm not really a huge fan of pirate culture, but damn it, I love I like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I love the third one. I know that the third one, everybody sort of like, some people like it, some people don't. But I love that movie. I think it's awesome. I love the scene at the end when the two ships just destroy the other one. What a great sequence that was. Oh, later, AGM. I'll see you on Thursday. See you on Thursday. I remember petting giraffes and getting to ride a camel. That's Starboard. There we go. All right. She knows boats. Pirates of the Caribbean didn't try to make the pirates out to be the good guys. They're just the bad guy and not as bad guys. Yeah, to an extent. Through the maelstrom.
Where did you hide?
Because they do, you know, they are the heroic characters. I really should have a single target focus build. I probably should do that too. I like Dead Man's Chest. Was that the... No. That's the second one. That's the second one. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. They didn't do anything heroic. It was all in self-interest. Yeah, I think for the most part. Yeah, you're right, because Jack Sparrow didn't do anything. He didn't do anything because he was the hero. He did things because he was looking out for Jack Sparrow, and it just so happened that that worked out for everybody. That poor guy was like, they're not paying attention to me. Yeah, Dead Man's Chest is the second. I was thinking of the 5th movie, which I never saw. Dead Men Tell No Tales. I didn't see that one. Oh, wait.
Over here.
Oh, this guy. Wait, this guy's extra. Get up. Damn, you don't even need to do the, what's it called? The 5th one's all right. Yeah, that's the only one I didn't see. Scam likely is calling me right now. Should I answer? Definitely not. Come on, no way. Woo! What? No way. He's dead. Okay. Third movie was the last Pirates movie I watched. I love that one. I think it's such a good movie. People, like, hated it. They were so mad about it. Like, these movies fell off. I'm like, nah, that's great. The third one was the best one. I've said a few times, I get the next LB upgrade to get a 4th bar. Oh, that's right. I knew it. Wait. That's right. I completely forgot about that, too. This one. Right, Master? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Okay. You guys okay?
I need to hurry.
I like 2, but I think that everything that happened in 2 paid off in 3. Although I did love the Kraken attack. And I love how they went over budget, so they had to kill the Kraken in the 3rd movie before we even saw it. I don't know if that's actually what happened. I just thought it was funny. Oh, later, CJ. Have a good one. Stop looking over there.
No! There he is! He wants him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming. For both of you.
The king wants him alive, and I can see why. Ah.
Who will steer the ship? Waken wind! This
Okay, there we go. Come on. What? What hit me there? What's hitting me? Oh, that's what's hitting me. It didn't even occur to me there's another guy there. Woo! Oh my god, I was about to... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Ah! New enemies approach. Come on with the enemies. Rip that guy that got caught in the middle. What? Oh no, you know what? Come here. Good lord.
Must be here somewhere.
That one little guy threw a fire thing at me. Pirates of the Caribbean World and Kingdom Hearts 3 was so good. Eventually I'll get to Kingdom Hearts 3. Can't wait. I still have 1 and 2 and all the other stuff to get through. Like, I have the whole story so far thing, so I have 900 hours of Kingdom Hearts. And a bunch of other games in the way. Do 3 for the no way. I can honestly tell you, it's very unlikely that I would do a Kingdom Hearts game for the channel. I would just be playing it the whole channel would be a Kingdom Hearts channel if I just played Kingdom Hearts. Okay, Clive. What are we doing? Here? There we go. Oh, what? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 will be out by the time I get through 3. Greg explains the story of Kingdom Hearts. I mean, as far as I understand, the story of Kingdom Hearts is that some kid lost his keys at Disney World. That appears to be the premise of Kingdom Hearts, as is my understanding. Having only played the first game, that seems to be what it's about. Some kid lost his keys at Disney World, and it is him exploring all of the areas of Disney World trying to find the keys. Logged on the fanfiction.net. Leverage, mate. See? Speaking of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Clive, how did you...
I'll explain later. Hands.
I swam. Let's go. You swam. Just kidding. I thought this game could use a little bit of levity.
Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
2 is when everything goes kind of wacky. Yeah, because I played 1. It's funny because I always hear about like how crazy Kingdom Hearts is, and I played 1 and I'm like, 1 wasn't too complicated, and then 2, I watched 2. I was in some of the playthrough for 2 on SGB, and I'm watching. I'm like, I have no idea what's happening. You might as well reset the trial at this point. Once Odin gets on there, you've lost the trial. Played too much Rebirth. Don't cut through. Cut to some guy on a small fishing boat, like 9 miles down, and he's just like, "Oh, what's that?" This tiny little fishing boat gets cut in half. Oh no! Maelstrom will cut across the faster waters. Sorry, now I'm thinking about Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Do I have those movies? I have to see if I have. Now I kind of want to watch the third one. How do you think I was never playing all of those when I played 3? Like, who the hell is Aqua? I was just sitting there like, why are these people in this room? Why is everybody dressed like the Matrix? Kingdom Hearts 2, I mean. Like, what's happening here? Did Moses do this?
I think so.
Oh wait, we're at the bottom of the. Whoa, that's kind of cool. I mean, we're also kind of screwed if
To where?
if this decides to stop happening, we are screwed. Use healing magic. Yeah, I know she is kind of hurt, right? Oh boy, here we go. He's gonna tell us to sub to his MySpace page.
You. What did you do to Joshua?
That's a SpongeBob gag. David Hasselhoff swings SpongeBob. Patrick back to Bikini Bottom to deflect the laser and it hits David Hasselhoff.
This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation.
Wasn't this kind of thing from Pirates 5? Yeah, I didn't see it, so it might have been.
My blade.
I mean, I feel like the imagery of parting water like this has been, it's kind of common. There was a great scene in,
Painted in black.
I see her door and I want to paint her black.
Autumn wake.
Pacific Rim. The first Pacific Rim had a great sequence like this, where the bomb went off underwater, so like all the water was spread out, and then it came rushing back in. It was sick.
Come. Do you truly think
Okay.
it's so simple?
I already have that clip.
We shall come. The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless.
Did he say need to? Yeah, I don't know if I have the first 3 movies on DVD.
Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering.
I know I used to, but they might have gone to. Beth might have taken those.
Embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a choice.
I'm an atheist. Like, oh my god. Clive, you're being very serious. Oh, you have Disney Plus. Oh, yeah, I do have Disney Plus. Well, I have Disney Plus again. Remember, I had a stretch where I didn't have access to Disney Plus. But I do have it again. I also, Lilac, speaking of that, I watched the first 4 episodes of Bad Batch. I have to finish the rest of it, but I watched the first 4 episodes. It's good. I don't know. I still think it's interesting story-wise, but I haven't been motivated to finish it.
As you can.
Clive, no.
Trust me.
To be fair, though, I was also like in and out of anime for a little bit. I have a couple of anime shows that I'm trying to keep up with as they pop up. Oh boy, here we go. Whoa!
We don't have to do this.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. Rise, Mythos. In the short time since our last.
Could you stop moving around, please?
It is a vessel. I fear my will will still find you.
Woo!
All this fire and fury, and for what? Stalking the blight. A foolish notion fed to you.
Wait! What did he say? Stopping the blight? Oh my god, somebody... Wait, okay, I'm thrown off now. Hold on. I want to stop the game and talk about this, but... I feel like this is the first time I've heard somebody actually, act like that's what we're doing here.
If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion.
Oh my god, that actually worked. Holy smokes. Oh, I thought I dodged. Okay. All right. I mean, am I doing something wrong here? He's just better. Okay.
This is the light of hope severed.
You weren't paying attention earlier. I mean, I'm trying to, but at the same time, it's very difficult for me. Like I know I'm a broken record when I say that, but it is kind of difficult. Like I'm talking and then trying to play and understand at the same time, and it's like I'm definitely missing things. I mean, to be fair, I was giving you the work. It's just you used your cheap move at the end.
From your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we?
Mythos.
What are the dominants?
Yeah, I know I missed a bunch of stuff.
The Creator still warm on our lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name.
Yeah, they've talked about it. See, I don't. It doesn't even register to me that they've talked about it.
We are more than that.
Like, I know earlier, you know, there was, like, Sid was talking about it, but...
Granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we...
Yeah, it's never been the focus, so it's always been in the background when it's mentioned, which we had a whole discussion about. I mean, I'm talking right now, and I'm not paying attention.
It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few.
This was my big concern about playing this game on stream.
You, Mythos.
But I kind of wanted to play it. I wanted to play it, and I wanted to share it with you guys.
Of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What?
Blah blah blah. People worship me and what I believe. People should worship me and what I believe.
Is that we?
Wait, is that me or is that him?
A means to an end. We were created for you. That you might drink deep of our strength and
yeah, so I'm Mythos, right?
Divine purpose,
which is,
or my body, my vessel, whatever. He thinks that it's me.
Could you only look beyond the walls?
Which I mean, technically, I am kind of unique.
As long as you.
So then, why are you fighting me? Just let me.
You shall never penetrate.
Right? You know what I mean? Just lay down and let me. I could say something crude there. I'm not going to.
Alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of
yeah, me too, Lilac. I bought it the last time it was on sale. I've had an urge to play it. Yeah, I just Lilac. To be honest, like I knew that everybody was calling me Mythos, but I was also kind of like, there's a chance I'm missing something, which clearly I am.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God.
No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield. They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness.
Easy there, Sean.
They are pure. They are
Here, Sean, in the game.
You mean to tell
right.
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return to a world of quiet equality, where they might once more know salvation.
Salvation? And abandon everything we hold dear?
We don't need your salvation. We'll save ourselves, and we'll do it on our own terms. Not yours, and not your gods.
With every defiant
Kirk, he's only
expression
8
of
bits
your
and 2
will,
buttons.
the tighter the chains of consciousness.
2 buttons? Oh, you were fancy, huh, Mr. L?
Perhaps that fact may be put to use.
Clive!
Uh-oh.
The faster it binds you to the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become.
Oh, so we're not ready. Okay, I thought that was...
You back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Hey, Shiva, you want to freeze all of this?
I could freeze a path.
Thank you.
You're
Wait.
in no fit state.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably not, but I can try.
You do your thing. Actually, Shiva, could you just not freeze an orb around us? Listen, I saw this in a show about an avatar. Could you possibly freeze us in some sort of giant orb? Clive bested. That was disrespectful. That was hurtful. They can't afford to disappear for 100 years. Yeah, the power level difference. But no, I don't know. Latimer, I felt like I was giving him the work a little bit. When he turned all purple, that was the problem. Yeah, that was so disrespectful for for them to give me the music and then say Clive bested. Like, okay, hold on now.
I hope the others are safe.
I'm just glad you're safe.
The gap when we fell. They made it, Jill. They will have seen the ice where it led.
Oh wait, do I need to worry about this?
We need only wait till dawn.
I mean, it's rated for mature, so we're on the mature setting on Twitch. Oh wait, I need to worry about YouTube. Oh, wait a minute.
This is the second time Barnabas has bested.
We're safe? Okay.
I'm powerless against him.
I shall remember that
Maybe there really is
when I
nothing
draw
else for
swords
it
with
but
him
to
next.
Give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
Twitch, know when I'm around.
Do you really know me? If what Barnabas said was true, then I'm more monster than man.
Things get too Shrexual. Hey, get in my swamp.
I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Did you have to worry about it the last few times? I don't know how extreme this was going to get.
You've used that power for, of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or by whom it was granted, only how you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill.
Well, I mean, but not like old ladies crossing the street or anything, Clive. You're not evil.
What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with.
Don't say it like that. It sounds weird.
Always so eager to save everyone around you.
Okay.
And yet always so alone.
Would she be warm or cold of concern?
Failed to realize the one thing that needed saving most of all.
Was you.
You, Clive.
Yeah.
You. You never once took the time to save yourself.
Icy hot.
Myself.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Oh, this game's good.
No
Oh my
one
god. Yeah, thank you.
beyond
Wait a minute.
saving.
I'm getting TOS here.
They want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do. What you've always done. And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Block whatever we need to block here.
Jill.
Jack. I mean, Clive.
Are you sure? If this is what you want, then...
Don't worry, Clive. It is.
Okay, this is what I was doing. Oh my god, wait.
This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone.
Okay, so this is what I was concerned about. Thank God.
Burdens I carry. My sins, my pain.
It's safe. I know, Lilac, but this is funnier.
I see now that they are all a part of me.
Alright, so we're okay. We're okay. Yeah, I had to block the cheeks. There we go. We're good. We're good. Okay. I'm very happy for this. This was my concern. I was worried that she was going to die or something. So he has taken... So in this relationship, he is the dominant one. Got it.
Having pledged my life to those I love.
Hawk, this is Demolition Man all over again.
Till my last breath.
This contact, I haven't even touched you yet.
I promise you, Jill. We will find a way.
An executor, absolutely.
Find a way to save each other.
Now, Clive, sheathe your sword. Yeah. Rated M for Mario. Woohoo. It's a me, Mario.
That we might one day look upon the moon again. Together.
She's like, Clive, I'm right here. My boobs are out. Do the thing!
And I promise you, Clive.
Yeah, they kissed and I missed it.
That I will be there. No matter what you must become.
Are her tears icy? They look icy.
I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I had a drink like this once. Uh-oh. That red spot, that's Bahamut. Here we go. 1.0 is screwed. Yeah, how much XP do I get for that? Rebirth would have made that a mini game. Yeah, God of War did that already. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the OG God of Wars, not Dad of War or Dad of Boy. The dog's been there the whole time. Yeah.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
Barnabas? Oh, I'm sorry. I kind of forgot about all of that stuff.
Our paths will cross again soon enough. Whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
We should go down to the convenience store and get one of those tests.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
It's really tough to not hear them say things like Drake and not just want to make a joke about it.
Dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan, and a damn good one at that.
Then let's
Like if I play this game and I didn't chat the whole time, I probably would have gotten this done before that stuff. Yeah, just focus on Clive's pecs. That's a good shot right there. And people really like. I think this keeps bothering me. I think this bothers me more than it should, even though it's not excessive, but it does kind of annoy me. Like, people really didn't like her as a character. I like her as a character. I'm gonna lurk and grind some money in Persona 3. Yeah, I don't know. I like her as a character. I don't think that she's the greatest female character there's ever been, but I don't. The more I experience with her as a character, the less I understand why she got so much hate. I felt like she was getting a lot of hate at the beginning. It's always didn't do enough for most. I guess that's what it is, right? Maybe it's just that she wasn't enough. You know, because, I mean, agreed. Like, when you look at, like, a Tifa, for instance, Tifa, you know, was more active in everything that was going on. Okay, Ronan. So that's where I was, and this is where I'm going. Yeah, comparing her to Tifa's unfair. Yeah, she's no Tifa. Yeah, I mean Tifa's a tough one to compare to. Okay, I'll give you. See, I feel like that's kind of unfair too.
She's always been partial to a tall tale.
It's not really a tall tale.
And then there's Tall.
I struggle to believe it myself.
I see your uncle.
I was gonna say, Aerith.
Stayed with the Enterprise.
Like Aerith, she was more interesting. She had more going on. Aerith was more related to the story. I'm trying to think of
Join him there when we're ready to sail for Ash.
I'm trying to think of a character that would be like a Jill, and not Jill Valentine. Garnet?
Ultima's plague is spreading.
We're running out of time, aren't we?
You think Garnet is comparable? As far as like her role in the story, like it's hard to say Aerith because Aerith was such a major part of the story. I feel like Garnet, maybe Garnet kind of counts. I do kind of think Garnet was a bigger catalyst for some stuff that happened. Maybe Rosa from 4. Rosa from 4 is not a bad comparison. That's probably not a bad comparison. Yeah, Garnet was a major part of the story, so I don't know if I'd count her. Jill is significant, but she's not like. I don't find Jill to be vital to the story. If like vital to certain moments in the story, but not vital to the story. Rosa's kind of like that. Rosa has important moments. Rosa, you know, a little bit of her interaction with Cain. The whole thing in the beginning where she gets sick and when she gets kidnapped, like. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I think it's tough with 4 because 4 just wasn't really fleshed out. It's hard for me to compare them to, but as far as like her place in the story, I think that's probably a good comparison. Negative great abilities. Shiva is the third icon. Yeah, I was gonna say that I'm probably gonna switch to Shiva. That comes down to a fondness for ice characters. As much as I hate ice physics, I always like ice magic. Casting Ice 3 or Blizzaga or whatever, I always find really fun. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've always been really partial to ice attacks and mechanics like that. I just don't like ice physics sliding around on the floor. She that kind of cold snap can be used to move swift. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is definitely the one I'm using. Would Yuna be a good... No, because Yuna's too... Yes, Yuna's too vital to the story. That's the thing. Yuna's very vital to the story. 4 was Blueprint. Not saying it's bad. Just help with solid foundation. Yeah, 4 is always one of my... Is notoriously like... This is like beginner Final Fantasy. Would you be interested in the 4 and 6 remakes in the same vein as the 7 remake? 4, yes. 6, no. I think because 4 has a relatively linear story and you have a main character that you follow in Cecil, I think that game would work better in that regard. I would probably rather see something... I would like to see something a bit more like 7 Rebirth. I would like to see something that is a bit more less world mappy. Kind of like this game where we were talking about it earlier, how I was saying that ironically, if you remove the world map in this game, I think it flows a little bit better. That's probably it's not, I don't find this intrusive, but considering that it's fast travel, I think that you just have a map. Like, if I could have just walked to these areas, I think it would be the same game. I wouldn't walk to them anyway, so I don't really find the world map that intrusive. But I think 4 lends itself better to a translation into this sort of action-based Final Fantasy game because you have a single linear character. You do have Cecil that you follow the entire time. 6 is very much a party-based game. It's a lot about Terra. It becomes a little bit about Locke at sometimes. You have moments where you might focus on characters like Sabin and Edgar. Celeste at one point feels like a bit of a focus. So I think that game lends itself better to I would rather see 6 remade as an Octopath Traveler 2D HD game. I think that game lends itself better to that. But if you were going to make one of these games an action game like this and Rebirth, 4. Yeah, I actually think 4 would work well for that. I think 4 is structured well already to be translated into a single character focused action game. Going back to the other thing though. Can't be Tifa because she's literally like the main character of 7. Yeah, I feel like that's I didn't know how vital Jill was to the story. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like Rosa though. I think that's a good comparison because Rosa's not really vital to the story. She's just vital. She's important to what's his face, to Cecil, but she's not vital to the story. Hey, Flip. She's meant to be the but it's never explored. Even in Revenant Wings. Wait, who are we talking about? Wait, what are you saying? Lilac? Hold on. Oh, you're talking about something else. 12? I didn't play 12. Yeah, I have Shiva. Now. Okay, so hold on. So let me... I'm going to switch because I am going to switch to Shiva. Go back to let me see here. Oh, when you play 12, you'll realize that Penelo is probably the most irrelevant love interest in terms of the story in the entire franchise. I mean, I didn't play 12, so I don't understand. That sounds kind of funny, though. It almost sounds mean. You're so useless. All right, so let me try some of these. Here, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to go to the thingy. Where's the stone thingy where I can test attacks? I'm going to actually... I don't ever do this, and I should probably do this more. That goes to Vaughn as main Oh, Vaughn is more irrelevant as main character. I'm getting Paper Mario for $5 to $10. Nice. Which Paper Mario? Is it the new one? I think I like it. I think I would like 12 now that I've played more of these types of games. I think if I played 12 when it was out, I might have been with a lot of other people to say, I don't know, I'm not feeling this. Wait, what's that? Training options, Hall of Virtue. What? Mega Flare level. Oh, okay. These are just like training things. All right, so you're not going to attack me. I think I set you not to attack me. So, hold on. So let's see what's here. So this is Cold Snap. Oh, that's just the dodge thing. That looks sick. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. And this is Diamond Dust. Ooh. I'm gonna learn that just because. That's a good single target attack. I'm gonna learn this one first. Or I already knew that one. I upgraded it. So I'll upgrade that too. And I'll get this just because. Is the battle music for this game a remix of the 8 battle music? I don't think so. Is it? Oh, I should probably equip all of that stuff, huh? All right, so you're... Ooh. Oh, that's okay. $72.26. Okay, hold on a second here. The red one is stronger. I'm losing my mind here. Yeah, fine, hit me. Why did... Were you guys trolling me on purpose, or did you not know? You're finding this out now. No, I expressed this with the Titan attack. And I said, I'm hitting it in the red parts. And you guys said, no, you should hit it in the yellow part because that's better. I've been saying this the whole time. Are you serious? I've been actively doing the yellow part because you guys told me that. Come on, guys. Listen, guys. I'm stupid. If you tell me that, I'm going to do it that way. Oh, that's what we're doing? We're all feeding off of each other? Huh? Yeah, I had this with the Titan thing. It's not backseating. Backseating is telling me you have to go to this place and do this thing. Not, this is the, especially when I ask. Ah, you guys are trolling me, man. I don't think I want to stream this game anymore. That threw me off, man. That's why we even asked earlier. I asked earlier today about the whole yellow, like where should I hit it?
Fire and flame.
Okay, so that's okay. So that one grabs them and drags them closer. What's the range on that? Okay. Oh, okay. So check this out. Can you make more enemies? Torgal, limit break. How many enemies can I do? Okay, so you can't do that. Yeah, because I can do that. Okay. Just one. Okay.
Waken winds!
Oh, so when I knock them away, I can do that. Oh, wait. So watch this. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just figured something out. All right, there we go. So we should be good on the abilities. Those. You said diamond dust, but I mean, do I want to put diamond dust on? Try Shiva's abilities on a bigger enemy. This thing. Certain chain quest you want to do, you can do part 1 now. The other 2 parts that involve stuff we talked about before, the stuff should be main game unlocked near the end of the game. So I'll probably just wait then, right? Should I just wait until all the parts are available and then do them all at once? Large melee ranged? This thing? Let's try this thing. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Hold on. Ah, oh, damn it. All right, come on. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. What happens when you die in here? Ah, oh, you jerk. Can you die? Here, hit me again. Okay. Oh, yeah, what's that cold snap thing? What if you dodge that? Oh, that. Whoa! Really? How much health does that give me back? It's a good chance to test that, too. Okay, that's kind of sick. Woo! There's no real reason for me to be finishing this. I'm just kind of like, eh, might as well. Use use diamond dust. Yeah, let me. I have to equip that, right? This one? Oh, later, Kingslayer. Have a good one. That didn't really do a lot. Am I missing something? Oh, I guess it... Yeah, it didn't really seem too excessive. Seemed like a good AoE attack. Alright, so... Here, we can get out of here. Well, no, I want to change that first, because I didn't like that. I don't like... Because that has a long cooldown. Ha, cooldown. Rhyme, mesmerize. See, I like this. Oh, that one diamond does... oh, it halves the stun. Okay, so that's a stun thing. All right, so that's probably better for... See, but then I have the impulse gouge thing for that. I don't want to have... Because that has a long cooldown, right? Doesn't diamond dust have a long cooldown? What's the cooldown on that? Those big attacks always have a long cooldown. 75 seconds? That's not terrible. Yeah, if I mix all three, yeah, you're right. If I put my oh, wait. Cuz I had it on Garuda because when I burn half health, it I had the hook thing to bring it down, but I haven't even needed that. It burns down their whatchamathingy so fast that I don't even need that hook thing. So if I put these attacks, if I put the gouge Bahamut thing, impulse, if I put that on Shiva, she'll basically, he'll burn all of their gauges really fast. Yeah, diamond dust, impulse, gouge, that'll burn all of their gauges really quickly. And then I can put... see, what sucks is that I want the rebirth thing, but I feel like I'm going to have to take the rebirth off. Because then if I use this thing, and then this thing... Let me see something here. Yeah, it's 120 seconds. I can bring them in, and then I can AoE them down. Yeah, then I have three additional slots for damage. Yeah, I have to... Well, she can also do the dodge thing, and that freezes them. All right, I'll have to focus on that a little bit more. I won't do that now, though. So let me... How do I get out of here? End training. Okay. Visit the infirmary.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Experiment. Is he here? No. Almost did it. Almost did it. Okay, this way.
Come back.
Meow. To do it, though, you need to finish the quest available right now. Oh, then you get a letter and complete that quest. You come back. I was right where? No, I was going to finish this quest. What am I doing? Wait, what are you guys talking about? I feel like I'm being pulled in different directions here. What's happening? The one with the chest quest over her head is the first part. A chest quest? Really? I haven't done like one of those. This person? Hortense? I think Freya Final Fantasy 9 could be compared to Jill 16. Probably. I'll be honest, that's probably a good comparison just because I don't really remember Freya that much, so she wasn't, as far as I understand, she wasn't vital to the story. But this is who I'm talking to, Hortense. Oh, I meant you were about to go back to the balcony. All right, so okay, I'm being pulled apart here. So this is the person I want to talk to? You're saying there's a quest there that I'm supposed to take this quest?
Oh, bother. Whatever am I to do now, Clive?
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitching.
She's not the
I've
main
got a
love
scrap of
interest.
linen. Those girls' rags are so threadbare.
But she's also not vital to the story, which she's relevant to the story, but not vital to the story. I think. Again, it's been forever since I played 9.
Even here at the hideaway. You wouldn't want the poor things going without decent clothes now, would you?
I think it's the least of their problems.
Of course not. What can I do to help?
Oh, aren't you a dear? You see, I've paid for 2 bolts of cloth from the drapers in Northreach, blue and red. But they don't deliver, not to places that aren't on the map anyway, so I'll need someone to take this receipt and...
She's relevant for the first half and then kind of dips out.
And you'd have this someone be me.
She's taking most companions. She's therefore connected to the villain main character, but her story
One
is
bolt of blue
separate.
and one of red. I expect them both.
Okay, so these are just fetch quests.
They said they'd give us new clothes.
All right, so do I want... Should I do them now, or is that just to take the quest? So, all right, or do I want to go to... What's it called first?
How do you split the sea?
Well, first you have to be Odin. You don't want to let the children down, do you? I feel like for legal purposes, I should say no. Just do it rather than main.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But
Hey,
not
you're wearing
nearly as
different
well
clothes.
as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough.
The Cutter of
King could have
Things.
ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man.
Crystal, Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just... I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps... perhaps the prince feels the same.
The Cutter of Things would be my superhero model. Excuse me, that's the name right there. I don't know what you're talking about. Final Fantasy Crystal Meth. This game's amazing! It's funny because we've seen this guy the entire time, like off and on. And he really has kind of like, he's like the Laguna of the game, right? He kind of has his own story going on parallel to what's happening. Like Laguna was a different timeline, but...
What is this place?
Don't move.
Or, what's his face? Zack. In Rebirth, specifically. Then Laguna went to a beach.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
Drug dealer girl.
Oh, wait. We saw her before, right? Oh, later, Kia. Have a good one. Yeah, she keeps popping up.
Spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place.
Yes. We need to focus on the spirits within.
I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
I admire her entrepreneurial spirit.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear.
Even he agrees with me.
And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them.
There's a city in
try to.
and a capital at the
Earns
Bahamut
me enough
attack.
for bread.
Ruins now this village. Oh, she's like really relevant or something, probably.
I have nothing to.
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Is this is Hydaelyn in human form? I get it. That'll be 1 million gills, sir. Well, when she finds out who he is.
You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed.
I mean, to an extent.
Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
Aren't those like chickens? Come on, you're not gonna have the arc where you don't leave the quaint little village and you train every day, but you don't want to fight anymore until the orcs show up, and then you have to defend the village one last time, and you realize that you're a fighter and your purpose is out there to save other villages. Come on!
Well, Phoenix.
Tale as old as time.
It would seem that I owe you my wings.
Now I want to know what chocobo tastes like. Probably like ostrich. Can you eat they don't make ostriches, like, right? They don't. Nobody eats ostriches.
You will be returning
Eggs, ostrich eggs, I think.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few.
They do? I've never heard of
They'll
ostrich meat.
Stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to
Ostrich burgers. Oh, I remember that from the
Time it took us to get here.
There was an episode
Maybe
of
less.
Seinfeld where they
Your
mentioned
uncle
that.
can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise.
Yeah, you're right.
All depends on where we're putting into port.
I mean, it's Seinfeld. I don't know how real or not real it
It's
was.
not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Yeah, ostrich eggs are like huge, and you need a hammer to get into them.
And I have an idea who might know of one.
I've seen that.
I'll go and tell you come in.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Imagine ostrich. I mean, it would just be one egg, because ostrich eggs are huge. They're like grapefruit size or something.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
All right, so there's a plus quest there. We'll probably wrap up right now. And there's a plus quest there. Okay. So that's the main quest. So I'm going to stand here and then save here. I'm going to save there too. I just noticed these icons do look straight out of Final Fantasy 14. Just know we keep the space of the stream. We'll be done with this game in like 2 or 3 more streams. So we are. I mean, yeah, we only have one giant mother crystal. Like, let me ask you this, without spoilers, if you can say without spoilers, how much game is there after I destroy the last mother crystal? because I only have space for one more icon, which I'm assuming is going to be Bahamut. Like after I destroy the Mother Crystal, that's probably around when I'll get Bahamut. How much more game is there after that? Just the last boss? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't really sure. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like you destroy the last Mother Crystal and then there's a big giant thing, or you destroy the last Mother Crystal and it opens up 2 new areas or something. Oh yeah, you're right. Could be Odin. It could be Odin. Yeah, that's a good point. I actually don't know. So yeah, so don't spoil it. You're right, because I don't know who I would get. After the last Mother Crystal, you get those. Oh, you get those other 2 side quests. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be the last Mother Crystal, and then it's gonna be a boss. All right. So that's not bad. So we should be able to be done. Thursday, I think. Depending on what happens tomorrow, right? Thursday, might have something to talk about, but so Thursday, and then if I was thinking about streaming tomorrow just because the weather is going to be kind of crappy, so I can't really go anywhere and do anything. So I was like, if I'm going to be stuck at home, I might just go to a movie or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Just saying, you should have Bahamut's power, seeing you can use Mega Flare. Oh, yeah, right. I'm saying Bahamut. I'm a goofball. Odin. Yeah. Yeah, I'm forgetting that I have Bahamut already. Because Bahamut sucks. No. Don't tell Bahamut I said that. All right. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Excuse me. It's after the last Mother Crystal you get those other 2 side quests. If it's showing anywhere near you, I'd recommend Mars Express. A Mega Flare is outside your house. Well, I mean, it's like crap. Yeah, it's supposed to be like off and on rain all day the rest of today, and then like all of tomorrow it's supposed to be. Because I was thinking about tomorrow. I was like, oh, maybe I'll go downtown and I'll get some ramen or something, or I'll go and I want a slice of that cake, man. That pandan cake that I had a couple weeks ago. I've been thinking about that cake every day, and I want to go get another slice. But it's going downtown is like, you got to pay for the train, and I'm not gonna pay for the train and take a whole bunch of time out of my day to go get a $2 slice of cake, right? I mean, I'd probably get 2, but I was like, man, I kind of do want a slice of cake. But then tomorrow, so it's like, this kind of sucks because it's going to be raining. I'm not going to go downtown and walk around in the rain all day. Yeah, it's not like an episode of sitcom. The joys of finding an amazing. No, DoorDash isn't going to work for that. That's not. This isn't that kind of thing. It was like I don't know if you were here when I was telling you, D. I went down a few weeks ago. It was not the last Saturday, the Saturday before, when I canceled streaming. I just had to disconnect. I had to go downtown and just hang out for a little bit. So I went and I got some ramen. I made some. I got some ice cream. I got this jasmine tea and sakura flavored ice cream, which was incredible. I went to Chinatown. It was incredible. And then I got some shoyu ramen, which was probably some of the best shoyu ramen I've ever had. And I stopped in a little bakery place, and they had this green cake that I thought was matcha cake. So I asked the lady, and she's like, no, it's pandan cake. So I got a slice of it. It was probably it was huge, right? It was huge. It was a double-decker slice of cake, and it was the softest, spongiest, best piece of cake I ever had in my life. And I'm like, man, I want another piece. Making my way downtown. So we're gonna get a slice of that cake in the episode. Greg goes downtown and gets a slice of cake. It really is kind of like that. Like, that's gonna be my executor. It's apparently rainy in Philadelphia. There you go. That's my that's gonna be the episode. That's the show that it's on. All right, let me find. I don't really have anybody to send you to, so I'll send you there. Nah, I'll send you to Chris Steele. Okay. Yeah, if I go back and the shop is mysteriously gone, I'm like, Was it even there in the first place? That's the Netflix adaptation. All right. But that is going to do it for today. So thank you everybody for stopping in, for hanging out. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you for hanging out. Not thank you for poorly informing me on how to use that attack in the game. That's your fault, and I was using it correctly, and you guys told me to not use it that way, and now I am corrected, and I had to do it myself. So I am not going to listen to it anymore. How about that? But tomorrow we have off. So we will have off. So most likely we'll have off. There's a 1% chance that I'm going to stream. But we'll most likely have off, which means we'll be back on Thursday, assuming nothing dramatic happened. We should be able to get back into the game relatively quickly. If we're this close to the end of the game, I would like to sort of get through it. Which I don't mean to sound like a bad way. I don't mean like I just got to get through this game. I want to have it done before next Thursday when we're going to stream Paper Mario. Depending on when we finish this game, we might have a day or two where there's nothing to play. I don't know that I want to get into the Sonic story because I feel like that's going to I don't think we're going to be able to do Sonic Dark Story before Paper Mario comes out. So I'll take a look and figure out. I'll take a look at Animal Well. A lot of people are talking about Animal Well, and I've actively avoided that game just so I don't understand too much about it. I don't want to know too much about it going in because apparently it's a really good experience, but it's relatively shortish. So I might take a look at that. Yeah, we'll be done long before then. I'm more just thinking now about the interim. You know, if we finish this game Friday, for instance. That means Monday and Tuesday we won't have a game to play. So that might not be enough time for Animal Well. So we'll see what happens. But that I'm just kind of giving you the heads up on what we're going to be doing for the immediate future. But yeah, so off tomorrow most likely. Back on Thursday. And for right now, I'm going to send you over to Chrisatil. Chrisatil is playing something called The Longest Journey. So stick around after the credits, and I will send you over there to hang out and represent us very well. Thank you. Once again, hang on a second. Let me get this ready to go here because I always have to click. Oh, I didn't have to click it twice this time. Did they finally fix it? Yes, I did have to click it twice. You got to be kidding me. You are annoying, Twitch. Okay. But yeah, stick around after the credits, and I will send you over there to hang out and represent us very well. So thank you once again, everybody, for stopping in, for hanging out. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all tomorrow, Thursday.